Welcome to Babylon 5.
Zathras knew you would come.
I think I'll stick my head in the station's fusion plant, but
You've lost much, endured much, sacrificed greatly.
Life's full of mysteries. Consider this one of them.
We are in the process of building the future.
Rangers never fly.
If you go to Zahadu, you will die.
It's Monday. You know what that means? Star Trek. Lots of goddamn Star Trek. No, it's Babylon 5. How's everyone doing tonight? We are back again. We're actually going to cover the episodes from last week that we didn't get to touch because of that reboot news that dropped from the CW and Straczynski himself. So tune in. Good day. Hello. I fucked up my whole intro again, but you know, that's my trademark. I want to say we're going to have a good group. Great group. Okay, hold on a second. English and my mouth are having a fight right now. We're going to have a great show. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some laughs. And I'm going to bring on my panel very shortly because talking to myself is boring. And first up, we got a Dega.
Hello. You got a Dega.
Yeah, I got a Dega. Then we have Kate.
Hello.
Huh, well, we sound so excited, aren't we? We're just really excited.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm not a ball of energy. I don't know.
I don't know. And we're going to get into this. We have Darius. I am back to ever missing last two. Oh, we're fine. Mumberries and comatose. Yes, that's how we're doing it. We're waiting for Keith to show up. Zathras knew you would come. Why did my mind paint him as a pimp right then? Oh, we got Jeebas here, but we're missing Keith. So Jeebas, I can't even bring Jeebas in because it says device is not connected. So I'm looking at a weird screen now. Hi, chat. How's everyone doing? We have Shane. Can't wait. How you doing? We have Archer Collins saying, "Good luck, Captain. I have a feeling you're going to go everywhere. Everyone has gone before." Oh God, that's horrible. Yeah, Arwen Avalon. I know that one right away. I'm like, yeah, everyone's done that one in the universe. She's like her own pitch stop. Polyme's Minion. Hello. I saw some. We got Daryl the Derelict. How is it going? We have 11 people in the chat already. It's nice to see everyone. Remember to hit that like button. And guess what? Buy my merch. Just buy it. Don't ask questions. Just buy it. Just buy all of it. Just buy it and then wear it. That's all I got. We got Martin Orlando. Good evening. Nice puppy you got on the screen right there. Hello. We got Snorapupus Cuper, who is saying hello, humans and other critters. As long as he doesn't eat the other critters in the chat, we need them for now. And who else? We got Stream Elements Bot, always disappointing me. And that's about it. So let's bring on Jeebas quickly while we wait for Keith, even though every week I tell him to show up 10 minutes early. But there has been some breaking news. There's been some horrible news, ladies and gentlemen. And it's affecting all of us. And Philip, I see you jump in. How you doing? There's some seriously bad news we have to cover real quick. It's going to affect all of our lives in the most horrifying way possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp is down. I don't know how we're going to survive not looking for tits online.
Go back to MySpace.
Tom is very lonely there, I hear. He's very lonely indeed. It is down. It is down. Just like that side of that woman's face is drooping down. And that's all for the news today. Let's get into Babylon 5. So, hi, Jeebas.
He probably tried to connect with his TV again.
Did you try to connect with your TV? We're talking to a nipple. It's like we're having a debate with a nipple.
With a
Jeebas?
face on it? That's weird.
Yeah. I've seen weirder shit. Down. Yes. And if we'll wait for Jeebas, you there?
Damn it.
Oh, everyone listen carefully. Oh, he's fighting with technology. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Cole.
Can you hear me?
Surf fighting. Asmer.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
Sorry.
You get too close.
Jeebas, can you hear us? Sorry, guys. We're having a technical issue with the nipple. If everyone can rub their screen just over the nipple part, it should get better.
Make a wish.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Subhuman, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you there too. Call me Lord Sir Faddington. Thank you for that self-esteem boost. Nothing but asthma. Oh my God, Jeeb, is you okay?
I don't think he hears you.
I don't think he hears us either. We can hear him. This is great. This is the new intro for next week, guys. And he's gone. and with that, we are on season 3, episodes 5 and 6. And for those that know, we have Voices of Authority and Dust to Dust. Both pretty good episodes, especially Voices. I like that one a lot. Monkey, can you hear us now?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep.
Just every time I try to set up my computer, it's always something. Always something.
Yeah, Warren does that.
So no, it's just that the connection with the mic, it started going bad, and I'm like, really? After I had it set up all weekend, and it goes bad right before I come on. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I had to reset my internet every time just to make sure because I didn't want to get affected. But we are doing the episodes from last week, and yes, the first one we have up is Voices of Authority. Thank you, IMDb, for letting me grift your whatever the fuck that is. We have new people in the chat. I want to quickly say hello. I see Local. How you doing? There you go. I never do Facebook Help Center. They don't. They just have a fake news center. That's about it. Jeebus Bueller. Yeah. Is it the left or right nipple that's having problems? I don't know. Monkey has to still decide that.
No, it was my it was the connection to the microphone.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, my mic was acting up. Because I had it set up last week, but then I guess something pulled on the cord, and then so it was acting up this week. I don't know.
Just don't forget to sacrifice the SJW version to Zuckerfish. No, they're still trying to find Kibblesmith. They're still on that. They're still trying to find him. And Tickle Trunk, hey, how's it going, brother? If you want to join us today, let me know. Send me a DM on Twitter because we were talking. I don't know if you're at work or not, but yeah, Voices of Authority, and it's pretty much we're starting to go hunt for the first ones. And we're starting to see that we're needing more allies. Ones that were there for the first Great War. The ones that helped fight the Shadows back. The ones that no longer give a damn about the primitive races and their wars and whatever else is going on. And they just want to slumber under their planets and their advanced civilizations that has now become ruins and etc. etc. What you guys have any favorite moments of this? Well, where's Keith? Seriously, Keith, where are you? Fun fact, Voices of Authority was also the name of one of the suites on the Volume 2 Babylon 5 audio CD. It had an alternate version of S5's opening theme mixed in with the music from the Arthur episode. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I actually have that somewhere.
You
Buried.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the audio CDs.
I do too. There's some really good. They had some really good ones. Like they were really of I don't know. It was like those choose your own adventure stuff. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Right.
If you remember those, but some of them came with actual audio stuff, and they would like stop which page you choose, and you would skip ahead or forward. I think am I thinking the right one?
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. Phoebus, do you have anything to say about this episode? Because I'm going to go into a detailed what happened if you guys are ready.
It's pretty much just a run-of-the-mill episode. I liked it pretty much with just is this the one where they brought in that Earth Force lady, or she works for EarthGov?
The political officer.
Yes. But
Yeah.
before anything, Jeebus, I'm sorry, but the man who is also turning into the next memes of destruction, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Keith to the stage.
Hey,
You all right?
I ran into a very serious problem, and that needed to be handled. So,
Oh no, you all right?
personally, I am all right, but yeah. So,
Nothing
Anyway.
a 44 can't fix.
this is just
One of those Mondays. It feels like that week for a lot of people. I've
Oh,
heard.
jeez, yeah. Anyway,
But there is good news. Facebook's down.
yes, there is good news.
And everyone's yelling Keith of Destruction, Keith in the chat. But yeah, we're on Voices of Authority. And
Yes.
honestly, I will give us the opener so you can get a little custom. It literally starts open. We got Zach and Garibaldi just talking this shit. Zach's complaining about his uniform. Like, I gotta look good, but I feel like at any time shit's gonna come out of my ass. And he's just losing his shit. And then Garibaldi gets a call, 7R. Fake code, but it's pretty much what they've made up for whenever it's a secret meeting dealing with, I'm guessing, Rangers and etc. I could be wrong with that. And we're also getting introduced to the mistrust that's brewing between Zach and Garibaldi a lot more recently, because he's not only become part of Night Watch, but Night Watch is a political arm to, quote unquote, keep the peace from turmoil. But it's pretty much, you don't like what I say, shut the hell up, or we're going to throw you up in the brig, or we're going to sue you. That's pretty much how it comes across.
It's appropriate that Facebook went down for a review of a show like this.
Yeah, it is.
Similarities.
What about you, Keith? What do you have? You want to get in this? Let you take a little bit of the forum, get some of that energy out, and put it into somewhere a little positive, if that helps, man. I'm not trying to be positive. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Well, this was one of those really kind of cool episodes from season 3 that I enjoyed. But first and foremost, this is January 29th. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's February 5th to the 7th of 2260 is when this episode takes place.
Yeah.
And things are hopping. I do, as I said before, like this episode because this is really getting into the heart of really what makes Babylon 5 Babylon 5.
Yeah, it's not just that. We're actually, I think this is one of those episodes where it becomes the bread and butter of the Doritos bag. Yeah, I heard that. No, but we're getting the bread and butter of seeing how some of the characters that we've just been introduced to and the character cast we've had before, how their relationship are going to start to bloom. And this is one of those key points where we're going to see later on with Marcus and Ivanova. And it's kind of fun to watch because Marcus is not only, he's a trained ranger in a lot of things, but he has this debonair of humor that you want to slap him and then hug him afterwards for what he just said because he must be French.
That's not true. He's very funny and endearing.
You talking about the aliens when he goes like, I didn't know they were French.
Yeah, they're contacting the first ones. Yeah.
Well, I can definitely say that since the announcement, I have been thinking. And I know this is just, it's weird to say this, but as much as I enjoyed this particular episode, watching it again, I just started thinking in my head, I wonder how much of this is going to wind up in the reboot. So
I don't think much of it. It depends on what they're going to take and what they're not going to take and how he's going to adapt it. Like, that's the whole thing, that we don't know anything until we get the first episode. With this reboot, like, you've had your sways of yay and nay. We're seeing more things coming out that seem yay and nay, and it might be totally different. They might. I'm up in limbo at this point for the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
No, in the same way. I think it's going to be dramatically different, though. I just hope that the politics are played down the center.
According to his timeline, about when the show is supposed to be produced and get up, it's kind of clashing into the upcoming strike.
Right. Well, he anticipated it just over a year from now to have the pilot released, but like you said, that strike may make all the difference.
Because he's talking about finishing up the script around the holidays and then going into production like the beginning of the year, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
That means he's got a pretty good idea of who he's casting.
He said that he doesn't know. He doesn't plan any of that until they actually go into production after his script's done.
Are you serious? Getting Keith thinking again. I don't know what that means. I'm kind of worried now.
It's just like he explained. Straczynski's been talking about like everything about production, about like the scheduling and everything. because all of his fans are questioning him, like what can they say? And then he's just like saying like, well, don't toss any story ideas in any of the groups that he's known to hang out in, because that brings up legal troubles later on.
Note to self: don't press the F5 button by accident. Refreshes your whole screen. Sorry.
Well, he has to say that. There are a few people that don't take direction very well. My thoughts have really just been, what's he gonna keep? I always thought that this was going to be radically different because there are a few things that you could do without. As he said, he's probably learned how to streamline this entire story, which is cool. I'm prepared, though, to lose a few characters that people have come to love, but that in the overall scheme of things might not be conducive to helping to tell the story. So,
well, we're also at the point now that the show we've grown up with is no longer going to be the same, even if all the original cast was still around and willing to do it, like a passing of the torch, or they were sub characters, like introducing the new characters. It's going to be a different dynamic. It's going to be a different type of get along, whether it be backstage or on the screen. And as much as we have apprehension, it's pretty much that's the worst part for a lot of people who are hoping they don't mess it up, that it's out of their hands. We can't control anything. All we can do is sit back and listen and hope they, not only they at the CW, but J.M. Straczynski himself takes as much care as he does in his previous show with this one. Because it's literally trying to introduce Babylon 5 to a new generation, a whole bunch of new generations. And we've already seen the failures when we're looking at Kurtzman or Disney or anything like that. I hate bringing that up over and over again. And a lot of people have attachments to this. And the last thing we want to see is the last best hope for peace turn to the last piece of agenda. And we're all hoping it doesn't go down that road.
That's the reason why the only thing that really bothers me overall is not having someone like Harlan Ellison around to assist in the production again, because Harlan Ellison to me helped to keep this series straight behind the scenes. And in fact, I think a lot of different shows like this need someone like that to help them keep everything straight. Because, I mean, that's really what would help a show like Kurtzman Trek. Kurtzman Trek could really use someone like a Harlan Ellison that actually knows what the heck they're doing to at least improve the dramatic quality of the show.
Yeah.
Well, that's another point, too, because at this time, there was also the start of Deep Space Nine, and there was that unwritten competition that forced the writing staff and Straczynski to go hard at this show to try and keep up, where he's not going to have that competition this time around.
Actually, you make a good point today. The whole thing with this, it's not competition. The
foundation might give him
hope. He doesn't have competition. Sorry, Tickle. Tickle. Oh my God. Sorry, Monkey. But what I'm trying to say is like they don't have a competition. They don't have a competition right now. What he has is a whole whiteboard of what not to fucking do.
Yep.
If you think about it, he can go and look at all the other properties right now. And Keith, when we said this last week, the battle of the sci-fis, it's not going to be a battle. He literally has a whole outline of everything that fans are either mocking, criticizing, or just not even giving any energy towards that. Like, think whether it's bad or good anymore because they don't care. And he has the ability to not only pick and choose how to make this show grow, but he can make it so it hits enough people that it has an audience to be respected. That's what I can do.
I like it when Steven talks with a bucket over his head.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, your mic is going out, Steve.
What do you mean, what do you mean?
Your mic
couldn't hear all of that.
It was roboting out a little bit.
That's fucking StreamYard. StreamYard has been a dick all day.
It's the internet.
Well,
no,
let me at
it's
least
not. I reset my internet.
Let me at least say this. You're right. Straczynski really is an entire class by himself compared to a lot of the other shows that are currently on that he's going to have to compete against. And as of right now, this competition really is kind of like, you know, you have an actual creator of a major science fiction franchise is coming back to get another shot versus all these other people who haven't proved themselves in that way, especially with Kurtzman. Kurtzman offers no real competition. Okay. In fact, this might be the one time where, as I said last week, this might be the one time where taking pot shots at Star Trek might actually be necessary because, again, Straczynski is a fan of Star Trek. He's just not a fan of Berman Star Trek.
Now,
and
Keith,
probably not a fan of any of the Star Trek that Kurtzman's been a part of.
Now, Keith, I quickly have to jump in quickly because I went out of my way the last week or so to get someone in here who not only wants to bachelor you, they have the single rose for you and want to profess their undying love for you right now on the stream. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Please welcome to the stream, Mr. Tickle Trunk. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. Keith, Stephen may be full of shit. There's a chance.
I am never full of shit. Adsmer. It's nice to hear your voice, sir.
Yeah, I'm still crossing my fingers for that high school B5 with prom in space.
Oh, Babylon 50210. Four lines. You know, just have all them swinging their head around like an old school kind of like, I can't. I'm going to throw
I couldn't get Tickle Trunks to swear at me. Darn it.
It wasn't the real 90210 though, because like it didn't have any cancer.
I'm actually hopped up on migraine medication right now, so it's actually suppressing the vomit. So maybe next time.
Here, I'll put Mr. Tickle Trunk closer to Adagus so he can beat him up.
Oh, excellent.
They could vomit all over him.
Now he's in elbowing range.
Well, welcome to the show. I know you've been around a while making jokes, yelling at Adaga last week the whole fucking time like you're having a nervous breakdown. And it's been a pleasure getting you on. Thank you for reacting your Twitter. And migraines suck, bro. I get it. I have to use a dissolvable. It's the only thing that works. It works in like 20 minutes.
Does the name of it start with a Z?
No, it's Maxalt, but it's also called it's another brand. I'm trying to find the casing right now. Here we go.
I've got like heavy duty prescription stuff.
I should do a stream about headaches one of these times to help you guys out. I don't know.
It's called Rizatriptan ODT. It should work.
It sounds like a preservative.
No, it does sound like preservative. No, but this is like a dissolvable, has a little bit of a mint flavor to it, but it's the only thing that gets rid of my shit. Otherwise, it goes for 72 hours or more. Like I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't do anything, and it just goes behind your eye and fucks
I'm listening very quietly in the dark room.
Yeah, so it's worth a try, man. Everyone who has migraines know what we're talking about right now. What is your day?
You know what? I will say this, and in case none of you have had a chance to hear what I've had to say after our show last week, I went ahead and read J. Michael Straczynski's open letter, talking about his point of view of everything.
Well, we also covered it on Buttered that week too.
We did.
We went into detail with that, and you did a flip flop in a way. You were very adamantly protective when it was on Monday. A lot of us were, but by the time it hit Wednesday, we did that show. After reading that letter, you had some reservations of hope. So that was kind of like interesting to hear, especially from you, because you're very analytical when it comes to properties being who's eating a chocolate bar.
Oh my God, I wish it was me, but
who is eating that chocolate bar? I can hear it.
Here, let me chomp, 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 blah, blah,
there you
blah,
go.
blah.
Oh, my
there
God.
Chomp,
like...
chomp.
Chocolate bar.
Does somebody wear adult diapers? Because I hear that sound every week. And it's the same noise.
I don't think anyone wears
me.
Yeah, not me.
Not me. I don't have any diapers on.
Today.
Might be fun, though.
You didn't say you didn't have them. You just said you didn't have them on.
I don't have. I could check if there's like some of my mom laying around the house somewhere. I don't know.
Likely story, Monkey Jeebus, if that is in fact your real name.
Okay, he's
Yeah, it's been my name for like the past. Wow, it's been like at least maybe 2 decades.
Your parents were hippies, weren't they?
No, I wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself.
Hail Das Wolfen.
Hail Das Wolfen. And everyone else who's joined today, thank you for being here. Yes, we're just trying to get in that group. We have 17 people watching. And like, honestly, we get Droll again, for God's sakes. We get Droll. And like, he's like, hey, just hop in the machine. And I love that one part where Ivana's like, there's someone in there. He's like, oh, I kind of forget that my fucking body's still in there. He's like, oh, I got to dust myself off. And I'm like sitting there going, shit, dude, you got all these people around doing sir. No one's dusting off your body. But yeah, going back to what you're saying about the letter.
Yeah. It is. It did change my mind, and I was reminded of the fact that there are very few of these actual creators still around. You know, it's George Lucas and J. Michael Straczynski at this point for the ones that, you know, for the properties that are still doing things that people are still invested in heavily.
But Lucas is kind of retired, huh?
No, Lucas is actually trying to figure out a way of getting back involved. It's just that he's got to deal with Kathleen. You know, the as it stands right now, you know, really, Lucas is around, but he doesn't have the same kind of authority and the ability to be able to do what he once did back when Babylon 5 was originally on the air. And then you got J. Michael Straczynski, and that's it. You know, Roddenberry's no longer around, and Rick Berman, who was actually leading Star Trek for a long time, is no longer around. So, you know, that explains why why Kurtzman Trek sucks so much. It's
not just that, Keith. Though you like they know Roddenberry's not around, and we even saw what was in the second season. Like, hey, can you clean Gene off your foot? That fucking shit right there. They don't even not even care about the man. They actually throw that name in there. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you went down a road to not only try to like discredit or dehumanize the creative mind that created a franchise that has been around for decades. You did it in a way that you're saying that it doesn't matter. Scrape it off your food, move on. And fuck that shit. I'm sorry, fuck that shit. I will say that right now.
Well, yeah, and as well as any, you know, self-respecting fan should, you know, that was unnecessary. In fact, that's probably the only person that they really hate besides William Shatner, which is the reason why, you know, I've been thinking about just joining a couple of Star Trek groups, but using Shatner as my picture on a lot of those groups. I know it'll piss him off. You know?
Holy shit. Legendary Tron has entered the room. Hello, sir. Fighting for the users. I hope you're having a great day. Hello,
I know that guy.
Yeah, man. Hail, Tron.
He's on the Echo Base Network.
Yeah. Wow. He's also a heavy gamer, too, and he's composing and doing music remixes now. I have a competition, so I'm going to have to, deflate his tires. I'm kidding. He knows I joke around. But, yeah, and Arwen, I get what you're saying too. I just hope. Oh, that's the wrong link. That's the wrong.
That was a big truck going by.
Yeah, it was. Arwen says, I just hope the CW allows JMS to care. I think he does care. It's just how much they're willing to let him have his own, as well as how much he's willing to accept that CW wants to change. Because we have to take. Everyone knows CW at this point. We got Batwoman, Supergirl. We had Arrow, and we look at Flash, which is now the Iris West Angry Show. There's just, I think a lot of us are at that point. We're just tired of being disappointed.
Here's two things too about it. I don't know anyone who has a success in life, goes round 2, and decides, well, I did great before. Now I'm just going to flop and screw everything up. Yeah, anyone who is in the competition will try and best or at least match what their previous performance was. And as hard as he's fought to get this show going, I know his intention is to at least equal with updated graphics and story and everything to be as successful as the previous, if not surpass it.
And also you have the other thing, though. Things are about to change for Warner Brothers in a positive direction.
Yeah. I was just going to ask that.
It's still happening.
Is the change going to happen in time? Will it happen during? Will it happen
already happening.
after season one?
It's already
How much
happening.
is it going to affect it right now?
Okay.
My other point, though, too, before you get into that, was he had in the past, and we all know about this, there was Excalibur, and he killed it because there was a network that didn't want to play ball.
Yeah.
So he is already, I'm sure, set the ground rules for CW. And like you guys said, the changes are coming. So I'm looking more and more optimistic all the time. And dang it, if I don't want to see a Star Fury in what is it? Expanse type graphics.
Oh, jeez. See, now you went ahead and said that. Wow.
Steven, how did you get a snapshot of my dream last night?
Wait. So you're Ivanova and you wanted to walk in on Bruce?
Why are you taking her
I'm not going to tell
first?
anybody.
Her facial expression fits perfectly.
To boldly go where everyone has gone before.
Gone before.
Oh, jeez.
Her own vagina is a hypergate.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, hold on. Clear comes. Hold on, I'll do this right now. Hold on.
The protocol.
I apologize in advance to Keith's family, anyone who's watching. Yes, we are his real friends.
I was just gonna call her the communal flashlight, but I probably shouldn't. Oh, sorry, that was my inside voice. It comes out.
That was
wow.
Hello, Trinoculus P, Forbidden Ruin. Everyone, welcome to our
Did I mention I'm on medication? I'm sorry.
I think we're all on medication. We just don't talk about it.
Oh, jeez.
I think the word you're looking for is intergalactical bicycle.
Yes.
Are you saying, Kate, that Sheridan's the only one who got away from that black hole?
Absolutely. He is a brave, smart man.
Do I really want syphilis from 14 node planets? Let me think.
But we know how she got jobs, so you know.
Archer Collins says the station bicycle. But remember the scene
She's
afterwards.
more than a station bicycle. She is her entire career, the world bicycle.
She's like the bicycle.
Yeah, she's literally
the bicycle.
The pinnacle of bicycle. That is that in the NPR voice.
CIA trained with cameras on the side.
Well, at least Kate's saying it, so we can't be called insults.
Yeah, but she's the only life from the shadows won't touch.
Keith's family, I once again apologize.
I appreciate this scene because the sibling dynamic between John and Susan is perfect and hilarious. Like, you can tell that she's like, what the actual fuck, dude? Like, I know you better than this. What are you going to do to get out of this?
Well, she came out of nowhere, like, because her timing's always the worst, but perfect, right? Because remember, she came in all bright yellow, and she's like, "Oh shit, that's ass." I'm
like, well,
where do I look? Yeah, Earth Force mattress. That's a good one, everyone. I like that one. But yeah, like, and the next scene after this was when she's talking to Zach, and Zach is trying to put the moves on, even though his suit. He's like, "Hey, I'm kind of a yes man if it gets me some." He's like, "Your suit's too tight. You should get that fixed." It goes
his
back
suit
to the
isn't too tight.
I know.
I like the
he
sound of
calls
yes
it a
man.
tent, and that's it. I mean, pleats are not for everyone, and for whatever reason, they stuck around in the '90s for far too long, and that was the problem.
I'm just glad shoulder pads are gone.
Yeah, I think she sorry. She also looked sorry, what was her the Office of Peace? What was her name? Political Officer of Peace.
She's a political officer.
Yeah, political
Ministry
office.
of Peace.
She's
The Office
for the
Peace.
Ministry of Peace with Space Force. So she's trying to supersede Sheridan's job passive aggressively in a very
Civilian way.
I wouldn't say civilian. She wants to use the word civilian, but it's not civilian. She is being instructed by politicians, and I think this is a really sloppy attempt at a coup. To be honest, I think that was what the subplot of this character is to create a coup.
But they didn't do it by the book.
Yeah, they did it by the book. They did it by a very specific book, and I'm just holding back a lot because I have strong opinions, and it's funny. And yeah, you have no idea how much I'm not saying. You really have no idea.
And there's another thing about this too. Earth Force thinks he's a different person than he actually is.
Yes, on paper he is.
On paper,
perfect.
yes.
Yeah, he is a perfect jarhead on paper, and they say that in the
Yes.
show for a reason.
So on paper, he would have gone for this.
Yep, he would have participated in that coup.
Wait, does that also mean that because we already know that they've been influenced by stuff because of the last episode where we saw Mr. Morden, right, on Earth, right? We were at that point.
Mm-hmm.
We already know who Mr. Morden is associated with. So are we saying that the Shadows automatically assume that Captain Sheridan was a horn dog and would just fuck any blonde? Is at this point, is that what they're applying? Like just do him and we got him.
The
There's
Earth
a spider thing to like going like, just send them some pussy.
Yeah.
No, she probably has moved up the ladders quickly this way, and it has nothing to do with Shadows. She just conveniently was in the position, and like, yeah, you go do the thing you've already been doing. How convenient.
Commander Camilla. Oops, sorry.
What?
Dig is Googling her right now.
Camilla Harris. Commander Camilla, sorry.
Oh, see, he went there. I was being very polite. Can I just say all the things now? I already said the no word. Come on. Go.
Wow.
For those that have kids watching, plug your ears now. Go ahead.
Communism? She's a communist. She's a legitimate 100% communist. This is a communist playbook. This is exactly what they do and always did. This is how people get killed.
Yep.
Legitimately. 100%. Unapologetically Saul Alinsky bullshit. She might as well have been named Hillary.
Whoa, okay.
No!
Ta-da!
Wow.
Next week,
Bingo!
Kate mysteriously disappears.
No,
Yeah.
no, I've been like this forever. It's
she
20
won't
plus years. I'm fine.
Wow, she's definitely working for the Office Peace. I mean, the Office of Peace.
Oh, that's the only time she didn't get any Office of the Peace. Or Piece of the Office.
Still gets paid, though.
But the way she talks the whole episode
Yes.
is just mind-blowing. She's like, I am a robot. You will have sedition.
Yes.
We'll be moving people from government. We've been doing this, and this. And I'm like, I'm sitting here going, this sounds so fucking familiar. Where have I heard this?
It's a perfect NPR tone to tell you how great everything will be if you just do what you're told.
That's it, Cuber. You nailed it right there. Office of the Peace. Yes. I'm wondering if like the day before when she's talking to Zach and she's really upset that she got like denied. But before that, the best part was Sheridan going, "Oh, I think I should fix the weather regulator in my room. It definitely is that cold in here." And that's the only thing he focused on was the fact she had hard nips. That's where he was going with that. Like, oh, I guess it is really cold in here.
I don't think that's what that meant at all. I'm pretty sure he was referring to himself because he doesn't say he's going to change the temperature. He just goes and, oh, it's kind of cold in here.
He does look down though.
Yeah, that's what he meant. He did.
He looked down and he saw two
himself,
chair legs
not
on her chest and went and fixed it.
Yep.
He's referring to himself.
Oh, well, I was
He
in the
totally
pool.
is.
I was in the pool.
Yeah, totally. And like,
Wow.
Hi, Keith. You want to chime in about the
You know what?
Once again, Keith's family, we apologize.
It's a family show.
Yeah,
this is a family show. The intro's a family show. The rest isn't.
These really are my friends. Yeah, this was a funny scene, and as always, Ivanova has the funniest thing to say. I'm just, this is anyway.
well, yeah, bicycle, same thing.
There's one thing I want to say here. I love that not only does Star Trek exist in this universe as a television show, it's relevant hundreds of years later.
Well, that's the difference.
What is this?
What is what?
What is it? Tickle trunk. What the fuck?
What do you think it is?
It looks like an
It's
owl.
an owl
yelling,
up close.
An owl yelling.
Yeah,
morning.
that's it.
Yeah, what is this shit?
Yes.
But other than that, like this besides the slut Mander over there, and Zach, the desperate man, are over there trying to get in there.
Poor Zach.
Zach is literally he's like, I need to get silk in this shit because it's so fucking big. I gotta look good for security.
That's not what.
This. Yeah.
He says silk because it's itchy. It's probably wool, and he probably has an allergy, which is a thing.
It's just, I love that Sheridan denies her. She denies Zach. And it just goes down this road. And all the meanwhile, you got Ivanova running around in space with fucking Marcus going, we got to get some first ones. And literally taunting to the point where they could wipe them from existence. And
yeah, because she's a badass.
She's a badass. It was like, you had to look at Marcus in the background. It was like, what the fuck is she doing right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think he was exactly unimpressed. He just kind of ran with it.
Thank you for clearing up that it's boobs. Thank you, Arwen. I would never would have guessed that. Thank you. But favorite parts of this episode so far, like I think Garibaldi is doing pretty good. It's showing that he still has mistrust. We get something fucking fantastic. I totally forgot this. When Ivanova gets hooked up to this machine, the planet machine, dude, not only does she get her first meeting on a psychic level or a psychic techno psychic level, because Drawl doesn't know she has psychic latent abilities, but when she's using the machine, she actually comes face to face with a shadow. And you just see those 6 or 8 eyes light up, and he's like, I've never seen anyone do that before. And then it appears to something else that's literally the past. How did she come across that message? I never figured that out, of how Santiago and the whole.
Well, Drawl says it's a shadow, as in like he doesn't mean a shadow creature. He means a shadow as in the past, and it's just repeating itself as she's going through this.
When she saw Earth Force One,
yeah. It's like the time warp.
I can fix them. And it's just. Do you think
she's not even a P1? Like think of that too. Like it was unexpected. He's like, you shouldn't have been able to do that. And she's not even a P1. Like imagine what an actual telepath would do in this thing.
But do you think this machine somehow triggered her abilities to become a little bit more under her control? Because she's been denying them. She hasn't told really anyone except for, I think, an episode or 2 ago where she has these abilities, but it's very low to the point where she hit them from the side core because she could. But when we had that episode with, what was it? Talia and the whole separate consciousness, right? That came in with the trigger with when Lita appeared. She was already blocking, but didn't realize she was blocking at a subconscious level.
So that's all she can do. The only other mind she could reach out to was her mother's, because she's connected, I guess.
I guess because it was like an emotional link rather than a full psychic ability to branch.
Or it could have just been a link built up over years because her mother initiated it.
Yeah.
I want to say a quick shout out to everyone in the chat who's new here. We have Phantom Outsider, Sir Pursalot, Jester said you're not new, but hey, nice to see. No, you didn't miss any boobs. No, that's not the type of channel. No. And anyone else who came in, thank you for being here.
Well, I don't know. Y'all are boobs, so.
I'm a giant nipple. I will not deny that.
Yeah, boob.
What is that
She's
noise?
like, booze.
Water bottle.
What about? Sounded like Kate was eating a squirrel.
No, it sounds too squeaky to be a squirrel, but okay.
You've never bitten a squirrel, have you?
No. Why would I? I'm sorry you have.
Oh, jeez.
But where should we go next? Like we're getting sure that they're going after first ones, helping with the battle. We got Ivanova antagonizing one of the first ones. It looks like a giant floating head out of fucking Lord of the Rings.
No, it doesn't look like it's from Lord of the Rings. It looks like we're.
I thought it looked Polynesian.
No. It looks like Legend of the Hidden Temple. Like they almost literally ripped that off, which was aired before this show.
Nah, I always thought it was Polynesian totem or something, but you could be right. I haven't seen
giant head.
It's just, it could totally have been a mimic of that set piece.
Or Master Control from Tron.
Or the mask.
Could have been both at the same time. Yep. It probably was
that
Master Control coding. I bet you it was. That's a good point.
Because it was like kind of like glimmering at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But totally it was. But it's probably a mix of both. Super funny.
Oh, I get you
win
now.
prizes, kids.
What about you, Keith? You've been pretty quiet while you're writing a letter to your parents going, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's just interesting listening to you guys talk sometimes. I mean, it's just you guys are exceedingly entertaining. While I consider therapy. But
Keith is bouncing between cringing and laughing over and over again.
But no, it's this is one of those episodes that as I said at the beginning, I really like this episode. Especially when I originally saw it, and even today. I think certain things about this particular episode may not make it into the reboot. No. I'm beginning to think that even the Psi Corps may not make it into the rebooted version of Babylon 5.
Why do you say that?
Something tells me that they will stay far away from certain things. I mean, at this point, I don't think the Minbari are going to be a part of the reboot. I don't think the Psi Corps are going to be a part of the reboot. I think that you're going to see an almost Expanse type stripped down version of Babylon 5.
Oh, I don't want that.
No, you're still going to have races and faraway places, but that I think there are certain things that I think he's just going to take out. I don't think it doesn't seem like, based on the letter that he released, his description of what this new show is, that you're going to have any Minbari at all on the station.
I got something different from that, though. I think he's going to keep the major beats and change everything else.
Yeah.
But I think the major beats are Minbari War, 1,000 years, like the war every 1,000 years, Shadows, Vorlons.
Like main cast members might be different characters.
Mm-hmm. Or at least making the Minbari friends of the humans and have them be what
we could get whole new aliens. We could get alien species that are original. That
it is not Dark Seed, Archer. No, it's not Dark Seed or Side. Sorry, Dark Side. I keep saying Seed for some reason. Phantom says, from his limited interviews, it seems like this is going to move the story forward past the time of Sheridan Co. But it's actually saying that Sheridan's going to be there.
Yeah.
So unless they're getting rid of the Shadow and the Shadow War, and he's never going to have to rely on the essence of his own goatee, we're going to see later on in the future. It's fantastic, by the way. They might just do a whole different thing, and I feel like that won't work, or maybe it's because I'm hooked on the nostalgia, because I love the stuff and we're getting to eat the first ones for the first time, or we're seeing the old races. Sorry,
yeah. Well, I mean, look, the biggest change for those of you who haven't heard, the biggest change is that Sinclair as a character will not be a part of this. This is going to start with John Sheridan.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to start with Babylon 5. And he is the authority on Babylon 5. I mean, I don't even think Delin as a character is going to be a part of this.
But
I don't think the Sheridan thing I think that Sheridan thing was the media going with what they thought it was going to be, because I don't think he really released much information other than he was just bringing it back. And I think they ran with the original synopsis of the original story.
Well, the original synopsis didn't have Sheridan as a part of it.
Yeah, but they probably read a wiki. Like, they probably asked somebody, "What's Babylon 5 about?" And then they probably said, like, "Oh, it's John Sheridan," like that, and they just ran with that. You know, like, or was
that was the one article. That was that one article.
Okay, I have a very odd, specific question.
Yeah.
When Shazinski's been asked about the relevance of Zathras, is he specific when he says not again, or has it just been within a very specific question that he says not again? I have somewhere to go. I do.
That's again, as always, Kay, that's a really good question.
Okay.
I cannot say for sure.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's 10 of those, right? Yeah, 10 of him. There's 3 timelines that are known within this show. What makes you think there wouldn't be a different timeline?
That's what I was thinking. It's a completely different timeline. It doesn't have to start the same. It doesn't have to have a lot of the same people, but you can have certain parts that are familiar and bring in new things.
It's like Battlestar.
It might just start in the same place and then go different direction because they make different choices.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be, in theory, 7 other timelines that they could explore.
Possibly.
They might not be connected, but
well, they overlap accidentally.
What if they decide to go with a whole Sheridan timeline where the station is just finished built and it's like its first year? They're not even going with Sinclair. They're not having any ambassador representation except for them actually doing this over the years. So we don't even know if he's still going with the year on the station as a real year in life format. We literally don't know nothing. So we're as much as we're like Kate, you have a great point. Like it could actually be a new timeline, but at the same time, it could also be an original timeline that hasn't been discussed, but they're just taking characters out that they can't adjust the story to.
Right, but that, I mean, if they do that, it would be the initial story you didn't get to tell with different timeline overlapping points like there is in this, which isn't bad. It'll be different, but it won't be bad. Or if he's writing something completely brand new, it will then overlap with these existing things. And if possible, there is a longevity to it beyond what this one had, then there could have you could see older John and older Susan. I mean, they all look pretty much what they predicted, if not better. So lucky them 20 years down the line.
Yeah, I mean, there are many different ways that he can go with this, and I'm not opposed to any of that as long as it's JMS doing it. Yeah. I just think that again, the only problem I have really had is the fact that it's on the CW. But given some of the changes discussed, and really the new person in charge of Warner Brothers and what they are wanting to do with the CW, this could actually be the beginning of something really different for the CW.
Yeah, like they could entirely rebrand like they should have probably a while ago.
Well, not just rebranding, but even in the change of in a way that they present programs.
Yeah, like new name, new everything.
From what you're standing for those that are familiar, what you're saying is they have a chance of this reboot of Babylon 5 being like the first 2 seasons of Arrow, but continuing those first 2 seasons into later on, depending on its success. What you're saying is you're giving the ability to have the creativity freedom, but just enough that it still can grasp the audience with this day and age and audience.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, look. David Zaslav has already said that he has a plan to make the CW a real competitive network. He is personally, I don't think, that impressed with the way the CW has been. And so he's going to use his time to not only improve Warner Brothers as far as film and other things, he's going to try to improve the CW brand. Yeah. And so, because really CW has been very successful at aiming at certain groups of a certain age, but
it's known for young people's trash that nobody else wants to carry.
That's it.
Young soap operas.
He wants to change that. He wants to make it a real network.
They did say when Superman and Lois was being done that basically they said, we're going to try this time, everyone. Buckle up. And it was okay because they don't have a writer with the same caliber as J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah, they also booted that woman that tried to claim racism and shit because they wouldn't go along with her agenda of how she wanted to write shit. Like, we're not having that.
Yeah,
they're like, get out of here with that divisive shit.
So those are.
Didn't they also buy that off of someone and it wasn't originally made for that network, which goes into saying that like they really are starting to slowly rebrand.
They're grabbing stuff from outside.
Yeah, that's
because
good,
they know that they're what they've been doing isn't working.
They need a new name. At the end of the day, they need a new name.
Sketch Productions.
It's been horrible since they changed it to that.
Yeah. A quick note that may have some relevance. I just got the note that they did approve the strike, the IATSE.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Nothing's
so
gonna
no
get
Babylon
made.
5 until
No,
2025.
That's probably for the best.
I want to ask one question though. The thing is, where everyone calls CW, they can't write, they couldn't write, still can't write, whatever it's called. I think we're like, you know how we hear channels like Nerdrotic or Heel or even Doomcock and other smaller ones we listen to or watch. They're saying we're going to reach a point where they're either going to have to adapt or change, and we're reaching that cycle of evolution. If I know a lot of people like Owen, I've seen your messages, I've seen Local, I've seen everyone over the weeks, and especially with last week, how it came and everyone started having that detrimental thinking. JMS might have that ability to start that evolution of actual content being. Think about it this way: have the chance of making a channel that everyone mocks. Pretty much no one really likes their show. Their viewership drops by 100K every week. A new episode drops out. If they can do that and rework CW to actually be something that people talk about, that respect, that are prominently happy about watching, that will literally cause a tsunami across the board slowly, but enough to make other channels, outlets realize that television programming and the ability to inspire and people to start making them think in a show without forcing them to think or throwing in your face could be the best way to not only maintain an audience, but to maintain the ability of people wanting to write fan fiction again, wanting to create their own sublet stories and try to sum up scripts. Give the opportunity for a brain to bloom in creativity, especially with sci-fi, because sci-fi right now is lacking across the board. It really fucking is.
Yeah. I'm doing my best.
Hey, you don't count. What I'm talking about is a generalization. How many of you have turned off your TV, and how many of you are still watching TV or just watching reruns that you either bought it physically, have it on a streaming source, and don't even pay attention to something that came out in 2021? Think about it. Maybe that's why he went to CW, or CW approached him and he said yes. Maybe that's the reason why, because he saw that CW is probably one of those channels that needs something to kick their fucking ass.
He said CW reached out to him.
Then probably CW is at the point where like Flash is shit now, and I've been watching Flash every season, even though as I shouldn't. I watch Flash. It's become a nuisance. It's not even
Season
a new
one
one.
was fun.
1 and 2 were good, and I did like the Saboteur season. Arrow, we got 2 good seasons, then it went to shit. All those shows. Like, what was it?
He said preach.
Preach.
We're just at the point where I think CW has become the Cartoon Network of shitty soap opera superheroes.
You know what we should do? We should compare the CW with the BBC right now. The CW is going to be in a better spot than the BBC with this show. Because the BBC is not changing, even though they're bringing Davies back to try and save Doctor Who.
Yeah, but Davies opened his mouth and said something fucking stupid. Fuck Davies.
Yes, because he has to do what BBC wants. Now the CW went. Okay, I think the CW went for this woke stuff first, and I think that's why they're getting out of it first.
I think the woke stuff started with maybe I'm wrong. We'll start with fucking Iris West. When her character started de-evolving and trying to command the whole Flash system as a Team Flash, woe was me. Oh, you're a horrible husband, Barry. Okay, now I can forgive you. Help me. I'm trapped in this universe, but I still fucking hate all this fucking
I can beat that. It started when All My Children was canceled because all those third-tier writers had to go somewhere, and because that show was well-known. No, seriously, listen to me. Since that show was so well-known for breaking all the barriers first that were necessary to break, but considered at the time low-tier social justice in certain circles, like that I'm familiar with, and then it had this ripple effect. That's where it started. So that was around 2011, 12? Before
Simpsons
streaming.
before that. Simpsons before that.
Oh yeah, probably. I stopped watching them 20 years ago, but that makes sense too. So yeah, there's definitely it's been a slow trickle, and it's good that there's someone who noticed and wants to make things better.
Now, quickly, Philip A. Demick says networks themselves are obsolete. People don't bother to tune into a given channel. They look for specific shows. If the show is not on your streaming service, peeps pirate or wait. Yeah, that is true. But that's the same thing we can say with YouTube. More people are flocking to YouTube. Like, look, we have 20 people. We're going fluctuating from 20 to 22 people. Like, I thank you. Thank you so fucking much. But like, I do appreciate that. But I was saying like that more people are going to YouTube because let's look at it as a broad thing, a broad spectrum when it comes to streaming. streaming on YouTube or Twitch is pretty much gaming, but streaming on YouTube, you're able to go through your feed, go through your subscriptions, and find someone that are doing a review, doing a reaction on a show you're interested in hearing, or something that you're thinking about watching, but you don't want to put the time in because you don't want to get fucking bored or wasted. And it has that wide variety. CW has a variety, but it's the clench your sphincter variety, where you sit there, you see the names of these things you know and love, and it turns out to be Telemundo for morons. And you're wondering, why am I not seeing fucking Count Dracula from Sesame Street? The Count from 1, 2, 3, 4. Agenda film bullshit show. That's what it is. You won the 2 seasons, and then it turns into this shit. It's like, okay, I'm lazy now. WandaVision. I put my fucking soul into WandaVision, and WandaVision by episode 4 or 5, went into this fucking we read comics, but only the back of them. And I was like, what the fuck?
They probably bought a Cole's Notes version.
It is. But, okay, I'm going to break it down. I spent up to 4 to 5 hours in every little trailer teaser they gave for the next episode, going at 0.25 play speed to find any little screen that had an image that you wouldn't catch by the naked eye. And I broke that fucking shit down. I had fun with it. It was a Where's Waldo. It was a word search. It was something that someone finally took care in. And, Kate, you loved that show because the sets were great, right?
I loved your breakdowns more than the show. To be fair.
Okay, well, thank you. But that's
I did feel bad for you when that dumped.
It's because the people. It's because the people with creating sets, building props, and things like that. They have a love for the original IP.
Yeah, but
the people writing it, and the people at the top, they don't, and that's why you're seeing. That's why you saw all those little Easter eggs that didn't show up at all during the show.
But but even branching out of that, they have that formula there, and it's like we have this formula. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. So we're doing it. So also they hit with narcolepsy, and they forgot what the fuck they were doing.
It's like
I'm sitting there going, I'm sitting there like Hamlet. I'm literally sitting there going, holding the skull, but it's different names of streaming services and companies going to be or not.
Alas, poor Marvel. I knew him well.
That's what's fucking happening.
Sorry.
And Phantom, quickly, never put your soul into current entertainment. Bullshit. Put your soul. I'll respect your paper, but I'm gonna say bullshit. That put your soul into something that makes your mind work and your heart pump. And WandaVision did that. I will not discredit what you're saying because a lot of shit turns out to be bullshit. But there are those moments where you lose a whole day just looking at a trailer, trying to break it down. You don't even realize the whole day's gone. Those are the moments that I fucking love.
Yeah.
Those are the things that make your fucking mind spark with fireworks.
Marvel.
There's something to be said about the word entertainment versus amusement, which is perhaps what you're thinking. Because amusement is like A as in not and muse as in a muse. So I don't think entertainment, when it's actual entertainment, is the problem.
Phantom, I will say this. Your previous comment about Jeff Johns, if you're still holding out hope that you're going to get anything good out of Jeff Johns, that train has not only left the station, that train was 5 years ago gone. Okay? You're not going to get anything good out of Jeff Johns.
And the train's on fire still.
Yeah. You're never going to get anything. I mean, basically, he technically should have been still in control of DC Films. And instead, Wally is in control. So that lets you know how far gone Jeff Johns is. And also, he thought it was a good idea to bring in Joss Whedon for the Snyder, for Zack Snyder. So, that should tell you where his mind is.
Keith, along with my migraine, you now have given me depression.
No, Jeff Johns really isn't in charge of anything of any real consequence anymore because he kept having bad ideas. And I personally think, in my personal opinion, probably set out to sabotage a lot of what phase 2 of the DC films has been. Everything from the moment Zack Snyder arrived, to me, could have easily been explained by the fact that you had someone like Jeff Johns who was extremely not happy because Warner Brothers decided to go with Christopher Nolan's version of Batman rather than his.
I quickly want to jump in. Phantom Outsider, I've heard Stargirl is good. It has a lot of nuance. I haven't touched it yet. As for the Loki that Zach's was saying, I got through 2 episodes, and all I heard him was he's going to fuck himself. That's all I heard. As soon as I heard female Loki, I was like, he's going to bang himself, but it's just going to have the Mickey Mouse ears covering the genitals. That's all I fucking heard. That's all I saw. I'm out.
You knew where the show was going as soon as they revealed female Loki after having a male person wearing the cloak, being in the shadows until that point.
Look, what it was going to be, Tickle? What was going to be Loki? You're going to see a silhouette of Loki with bent over female Loki in doggy style, and all you're going to hear is Owen Wilson in the background going, "Wow!" I was like, "What the fuck? What is this? No, out, no."
Well, that just means that he rejected himself then. So.
But let's look at I reject myself every night because I'm too tired. But but let's look at what was not Visions, the What If series. The What If comic book series is a great fucking series. It has a lot of moments in stories where you can do a story that doesn't have to have relevance or reality within the comic universe, but it makes you have those stories that everyone wants to hear. And then we got Disney. And Disney is, what if we tried? What if you tried trying? It never happened. And everyone knows the thing that caught my eye was the zombie.
What if woman? What if female? What if female?
It's Disney.
What if, yeah.
Therefore, they deconstruct to reconstruct in their image. And their image is Tickletron.
What if female?
Yeah, it's spoiled little girl. That's Disney.
But
sorry, I blanked for a second.
But look at how much look at the satire we're coming at right now, and how we're mocking other companies, and other shows and properties. But when we talk about Babylon 5, like I'm looking at the chat, we switched to this passionate mode of fuck yeah, and what that's the thing. I think this is where the line is coming across.
You want more good news? You want more good news about Babylon 5?
You're pregnant?
It's good. Yes, and the baby is yours.
I'm not. Oh, thank that. It's going to be ugly.
You're going to be able to watch it for free without a paywall. Because it's CW. You can literally watch all of their shows with a ton of woke commercials every 5 minutes, but you can watch it for free on their website.
I think personally that redoing the CW and making it a very competitive network is their way of creating something to give new talent an opportunity.
Yes.
Before you actually put it on streaming, which is where nowadays the money is at.
Yes.
So you have you develop your talent. It's a farm system. You develop your talent on the CW, and then they graduate to go on to HBO Max.
Well, so what you're saying is CW is going to change from can't write to almost competent writing.
Yes.
You'll see the new talent there. I mean,
there's some competent writing in Superman and Lois right now. It's not amazing, but it's competent.
It is not a rainbow Fuda. Why'd you have? No, I'm not going back to that episode. No, we had enough. That night was fucked up.
Phantom. I get that Jeff Johns is an expert, quote unquote, on the JSA. Unfortunately, that didn't stop him from putting together the Juice Box Justice League. I'm done. I'm just done.
It wasn't Juice Box. It was Capri Sun. It was a fucking saggy bag, and you couldn't get the straw in. You're like, why is my straw not going in? Because it doesn't want to be pierced by your bullshit. I'm out. I'm gonna have a fucking high C cooler from fucking Slimer. Fuck that shit.
Capri Sun Corporation.
You remember that?
Got it.
You remember that? Yeah, Capri Sun bullshit. Don't sit on it. It bursts.
You weren't good with Capri Sun. You didn't figure out how to put it.
I needed an instruction manual and.
Really?
No, actually, what I did is
Steven, we're Canadian. We have milk in bags. How is this new to you?
We played hacky sack with those. That was funny.
Oh, but you can get that here. It's just Quick Trip, which is a cheesehead thing.
But that's why I love talking to you guys and talking about this. We've gone from Babylon 5, we're talking about other shit, and I fucking love this. I love having this passion. And I'm not bashing What If, but I've heard a lot of shit that goes against it. The zombies thing, the only one that people seem to be most hopeful for, in my opinion, from what I was watching, was the zombies one. And now they want to make it a film adaptation. I don't want another fucking Infinity War of the zombies. Fuck that. Make a video game. Oh, we did get a video game. We got the Midnight Suns that look like fucking rejects from Cyberpunk. Thank you for that. Fuck.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Steven, you know what I want?
I just hope, most of all. Okay, sorry.
Go ahead
first.
Oh, I just hope that they hire people who do theater tech things and a competent set director, because if they don't have the designer things on the set that they do in this one, they're completely missing the boat because those little details are so good. Mm-hmm. Because it's just it
what
makes
I
everything
want
better.
What I want is someone like Patricia Tallman when we interviewed her and she started talking about Shakespeare and you asked her questions and how emotional she got to the point where she was crying. I want someone like that helping them with their acting, these new guys helping the acting, telling them stories of how the cast got along. They need to know that you can be friends with your cast and still have an acting career. And I think Hollywood has forgotten that, even when it comes to whether it's TV shows or sitcoms. You need to have the balance of everyone is just another human doing the same script, but you can still be friends. You don't outdo the other person. Work. Like, I really want to invite her back. Patricia, if you ever listen, come back. You're always welcome here. Just message me on Twitter. Like, it's that simple. Claudia, same thing. I want that thing. I want that passion. And Talman was that passion. Kate, you brought that out of her when you asked that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Shakespeare too, so I was really impressed that she had. I didn't know she was an actual thespian, and I think that is what they will need.
She's married to a guy. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Before we get misogynistic, let's welcome in the man of all time that's not owned, Means of Destruction.
An hour and 10 minutes late.
Ow.
I totally apologize. Okay, wait, stop it, Mick. All right, so I had this elaborate plan where I may have actually somewhat been on time. I was going to have like the time wizard here and everything. I was going to like time because I've been watching ahead.
You're having margaritas with Thomas Gilpin.
I am currently stopped in a superposition on an episode involving tachyons and Babylon 4, and the sheer fact that I now realize that Sinclair and Sheridan are two different people.
Denton, fine drugs you on.
Just thinking about this season, I keep on watching. I'm like, it gets better. It gets better.
It does get better.
Well, memes. Let me just say, now that you've reached a particular episode, you now see what I had been saying about what was happening in the first season and how much better everything's gonna. Yeah.
Hey, Keith, is it true? You're still sitting on that. You're still sitting on that tree watching JMS, right?
Wait, you're making the paper for the pilot? Good for you, Keith.
Sorry, memes. Go ahead.
No, I'm serious. As far as I understand, Keith is currently on another Zoom call, like just with other people right now, just discussing the show and where they're gonna go and the new takes and who potentially they could hire. But it's okay. I trust Keith.
I think during these 2 hours, he's usually on the phone with his therapist.
No, his therapist is on the phone with a therapist because he just talked to me. It's down the river.
No, it's supposed to be a group session. That's what Miss Tallman said.
Memes just got out of the bathhouse. Give him a minute.
Hi, my name is Memes. It's been 6 months since my last on-time appearance.
I literally spent an hour fighting with a door. And I see, look, I got parts. I got the receipts. I got like...
Was it your neighbor's door?
I got like tools. Yes, it was my neighbor's door.
We're all going to be shocked the one day Meme shows up and says, sorry, I'm late. I was taking over the world.
He's going to be the only one.
And
You know what
he
I'm
was
going to do?
right.
I'm going to start the show an hour early, and he's going to show up like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm here early? Release the Mumberries. But we're pretty much on this episode. We're also talking about the whole pop culture shit in general when it comes to shows and how the CW has a chance of not rebranding itself, but rebranding its content as
we also have the chance at a Babylon 5 video game if this goes well.
Wasn't there one already there?
There was a flight sim, but it was canceled.
It was very there was like no funding. All I know is I sit there and I think about it. I'm like, all you literally do is like Jan Straczynski's universe, and where's your central hub? Babylon 5.
Yeah, it's true. It'd just be role-playing, and you pick your race, and you do your job, and I don't know how much fun that could be, because there isn't a lot of fun. But I mean,
it'd be awesome.
Yeah,
but
that's true. You could be a pilot. I mean, I don't know.
But it takes years to make those games.
Absolutely.
You just rip off the Unreal Engine and just write an excellent story. There you go.
Look,
or you go the Sid Meier's route and Babylon 5, and you're going across. There's that one, too. You can actually have Babylon 5, but in the Sid Meier style, we're going through the evolution of the station, and you're going through the evolution of ambassadors with races, and you're actually building your tech, upgrading your station, and you know what I mean? You're getting, okay, never mind. I don't know.
Fan Kickstarter.
And everyone in the chat for being here, thank you. Like, I appreciate all the comments, people just participating and shit too. We all appreciate you being here while memes will eventually be here on time. Thank you so much. Appreciate every moment, and I love memes.
Day over the black hole,
he will have time.
Oh my god, the new science! The new science is going to be freaking sweet.
See, this right here, Shadow Wars would make a good game. That's my biggest problem right here. I love the Shadow Wars. The Shadow Wars is something that when you're going through the whole series again, and you know what's coming if you've rewatched it, and you don't want to skip ahead because you want to find more things you missed before. The Shadow Wars is my favorite. I don't.
They could always They can always do games on the original Babylon 5 universe. There's nothing saying that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you can use both.
The Techno Wizards and B5 Crusade were pretty cool. They were also introduced within, I think, was it season 2 when Londo was being a dick. Yeah, and he kept getting his what's it called? The espionage.
See a giant hand reaching out of the stars.
Yeah.
Techno Mages, and yes, Steven, you're going to enjoy those books.
I will. As soon as I find out I have them, I'll let you know. But I'm also going to take care of them because they're from you, and secretly, I just want to see you naked.
Okay, I had mentioned this quarantine. I mentioned this with Steven earlier, Keith. Out of all the books that you read, which would be the top series?
Oh my goodness, that's a
B5
tough
books.
question because the Psychor book series was really cool, especially when you get to the final episode of Babylon 5.
Yep.
And then once you get to the final book from the Psychor series, and how the final episode and that final book dovetail.
Yep.
And oh geez, yeah. Then you have the Centauri books, which are really well done. And then you have the Technomage books. I can't decide. I really can't.
I thought you were going to go with the Techno ones like me. They're all good, but the Psychor one, I think, is good, but great at the end. The
joke.
Centauri one is it's good. It's good information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a huge thriller. It's stuff that you understand is already going to happen.
Yeah.
But the Technomage one for me was just hands down above.
The whole thing about the gift. That's one of the slimiest last little things that. Oh, geez, I can't wait for the rest of you guys to finish the series because that gift. Oh, my gosh. That has story possibilities.
Did he just finish?
So.
Sounds like
yes.
all I know is I'm building up right now.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick segue here because we're reaching the halfway mark, and I just want to say something quickly. For those that have been to the channel numerous times before, we have a lovely man who joins us once in a while when he's not working. His name is Script Doctor. Script Doctor and I have been working on something for the channel. We don't know if it's going to be for members or coming to the store, but ladies and gentlemen, Crisco Core is actually getting a Lantern Core ring. And there we go. That is not the finished product. It needs a little touches up. We'll be going in 2 sizes for both males and females, smaller hands, larger hands. We're going to apply a primer to it, and then you get to paint it the colors you want.
Who printed that?
Script Doctor, I just said that.
Oh, no. Twinkie powers, activate.
You could have a printer. I don't know.
No, I know. Script Doctor is actually the one who came up with this. We were working on the same time. It was weird. But that is what it's going to look like, and I can't wait. So I just want to give that a heads up that, things are coming. Also, the stream has been brought to you by Celine Dijon Mustard. It stings and it's tangy. Sorry.
And Canadian.
Yeah.
Very French?
Sacre bleu. I don't speak French.
And that's another thing when you bring up Jakar. Like, I see the Jakar and the Londo, their whole dynamic, their whole, like, acting romance, how they feed off each other. And it's like, I really hope they can find 2 people that can do exactly the same thing like this. And I think it's the simplest thing like that just we're all hoping for.
Well, it is definitely going to be difficult to find actors to live up to a lot of that. Although some people have been suggesting, even changing the sex depending on the actors that you have to play certain parts.
It's all about the chemistry. Yeah.
Again, that's So having maybe a female Londo. Or
Keith?
Yeah.
Is Zach's being weird? Yes, for your fucking fingers, dude. Not where do you think they're going?
Wherever people want.
Well, yeah, you did specify male and female, even though that has literally
fingers.
nothing.
Fingers.
Literally nothing
Here
to
you
do with
go.
ring size.
Yes, your fingers. It's going for your fingers, not your toes, not your genital fingers. Fingers, that's it. Fingers,
But you can attach that ring to another ring, which you can place anywhere you like.
And then Tickle Trunk got fired.
What?
Oh, jeez.
His Crisco
Look,
core
I'm just
septum
trying to
rings.
help you sell some rings here, buddy. Jeez.
Yeah, rings that belong on Black Dragon. Thanks a lot.
Hey, dragons are people too. Now,
That's
let's
not
not be phalange freaking, I don't want to say supremacist, but yes, you can put on any phalange you want. I am not a doctor.
You should make Crisco core lip discs.
Lip balm. It tastes like bacon.
No, like you know how like
I
the
know
guy
what
in
you
Black
mean.
Panther had like a lip disc.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, be diverse. Have diversity.
He was talking about keychains. Okay, sure you were.
I will say this, though, and after coming from a convention this past weekend, let me at least just say this. Anyone out there who, within the sound of my voice, if you actually are a retailer, someone who goes to a lot of conventions to sell a lot of stuff, if you have any Babylon 5 stuff, now's the time to sell it.
Yep.
Because...
or just give it to Keith.
or Steven. I'll trade you Funko for him. I gotta get rid of these like 400 Funko.
I will trade kisses.
Wow.
Wow.
Not with you, Keith. I mean with the retailer.
Star.
I don't want your stuff.
Now is the time to go ahead and, if you have any stuff that you couldn't get rid of or sell, now is the time to do it. Because there is a high interest in Babylon 5. And it also really puts more emphasis on this upcoming new show.
I looked up DVD sales just last night, and they've already gone up $10
Damn.
for the original series.
I know a friend of mine revealed to me that he had...
I shouldn't have said that because I'm looking into buying one, but...
he had that one, not two, but at one time he owned 3 signed Delin cards from the Babylon 5 set.
Who's this and what's their address?
And over the years, he got rid of 2. He's still hanging on to 1. So, yeah. I mean, but there's other people that I've heard about that have stuff, and it's like, look, you need to sell it.
This lady had a Jerry Doyle autograph, and then it was like a signed box set of. It was like a DVD thing. Of all the fan conventions, of like all the convention appearances they did, like they recorded them all.
Yeah.
And then they had them all like that, and she was selling it for like £100.
Wow.
See, Tickle Trunk, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have Facebook and you go to the Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of people in the lone regions that are selling their signed Delane cards. They're full of Babylon 5 collections, and like all the cards, posters, everything for cheap.
I almost bought Garibaldi's uniform at the beginning of the year. Almost.
Okay.
Wow.
I've gotten to that point.
One of them anyway.
All I know is Babylon Rising, monetizing. Continue on. This was a great episode.
Like he said that they just passed the strike, so I don't know.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a while. I look at it this way. The whole thing about this strike is that I can officially say now, depending on how long it goes, anyone that has ever thought that Idris Elba was going to be the next James Bond, that now is done.
I just have to. I support the strike because a lot of my friends are affected by it.
Me too. Me too. I got a lot of friends that work and in that industry. I completely support this strike.
It's just not right what the producers are doing. This is bullshit. This is bullshit that I experienced when I was working in the industry.
How long did it take Lucas to get, or was it Lucas? Not George Lucas, the guy who did Lord of the Rings. How long did it take him to get his money?
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson. Like he only got paid last year from the first movies or something.
Quite a while.
It's like 20 years.
Yeah, so they don't even They don't even pay Peter Jackson. Like what? Ugh.
Dude, producers are tight, man. They don't care. It's like they'll hold on to that money more than life itself. It's like we were subjected to many seasons of reality TV because of the last strike.
Wow.
Because like you remember when all those reality TV shows started popping up, that was because of a last strike.
Yeah, the writer's strike.
The big right. That was just a writer's strike. This is like everything.
Yep.
This is like transpo, makeup, everybody, like all the grips. They're like, fuck you, dude. I'm not coming to work early and get paid half as much. It's like this new media crap is BS.
Well,
while we're on new media.
Yes.
Go on.
It's
Is
all
he
right.
laying an egg?
No. Well, here's the thing. Whatever you do, it's like you got to pay your people. And the thing that happens, and this is in a number of industries, and I would assume it would be like really bad within a lot of production companies when you're talking about lots of money, extreme schedules, multiple takes, and everything. It's like, all right, you pay your people. If you're gonna try to like cut around the bush and try to like penny pinch and everything, you're asking people to work these ridiculous hours where if you get tired and you're doing a bunch of stuff on set, you might get hurt. And then they try to screw paying you for your time missed because you got hurt. It's like, screw that stuff. Power to labor. Power to the people.
Well, it happens because like before you used to be able to work like maybe like a national commercial or work on a soap opera, do a couple days on that, and then when you work on a soap opera, they break up that footage throughout the entire season, so you get paid residuals. Yeah, so you'll get paid residuals just on episodes that like you don't you're no longer working on, but they're using that footage. But then I don't know how the deal is now since they're streaming a lot of it. Like they just like now anything they stream, they pretty much say go like no residuals.
Keith, $30 Canadian.
Wow.
Mint, pretty much.
This is
like a car.
That's the character Marcus.
That's Londo, right?
Yeah, that's Londo. Yes. It's also Fred Penner.
Oh, that's Marcus Cole. Well, I seen a couple of the figures on offer up for pretty cheap.
Well, now is the time for anyone that still has a lot of that to just go ahead and start selling it. I mean, Babylon 5 is hot right now. If you have any of the patches, T-shirts, wow.
I would say wait a little bit till there's more news.
Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at that.
Well, the only reason why I would start now is because you know absolutely nothing. Okay, we are in that in-between time. Because once you start getting more information, I mean, knowing JMS, he's definitely going to be, he'll continue to answer questions from fans. He'll answer what little he can. But we are in between the time of the announcement of the new show, but also of who your new cast is going to be. And they're going to start out kind of slow. They'll start putting out names here and there. And then I'd say by next summer, depending on how long the strike goes.
Captain Archer?
Do you want $10? $10 Canadian for Stephen Franklin?
Ooh. Dr. Franklin. Way cool.
It looks kind of.
This is from the Quantum Leap episode of Babylon 5.
Yeah. But each one of them came with a ship, right? And those ships are like the size of micro machines, so you can technically have all the micro machines as well. And these
we're gonna get like Marvel game shows on Disney Plus. Jesus.
It is. Now would be a good time to just go ahead and just start doing all that, because once you start getting,
this is actually very cheap for the series, by the way.
Yeah. Once you get a sense of who a lot of these new actors are, and if they decide to redesign even the look of Babylon 5 Station,
Please don't.
then it's definitely going to put everything in a particular type of box. You want to be able to sell stuff now before you start learning the parameters of what the new version is going to be. So smartly, sorry.
Don't take lowball offers. Put your price and stick with that.
Oh my god, this, you know what this makes me realize, it's probably on Death Battle, they're probably going to have like Sheridan versus Picard. Who would win?
Sheridan? Picard's kind of a pussy.
Yep.
Okay, fine, Kirk.
Sheridan's smarter.
I haven't watched much Star Wars, leave me alone. I mean Star Trek.
Sheridan's actually a pilot.
Fired.
So,
I'm just saying,
Voices of Authority out of 10. I'm gonna give it an 8. So we get to the next episode. We haven't done that. Ever since JMS last week, fucking nothing's going on format anymore, and I'm loving
9.6. Oh my god, Ivanova's thing with like the original ones. It was freaking.
I would have to put Sheridan over Kirk because Sheridan's more combat ready. He's an actual soldier.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah, he
all I know is I watched him have words with a certain ambassador. And it was epic. Continue.
I give it a 9.
Thank you.
7, only because Ivanova is the best, like best of the best.
That's true.
She just completely takes over the show. Like her parts, even though they're few and far between, they're the best.
Because remember, a regular human wouldn't be able to detect such things.
Yeah, and she just gives no fucks, so it's fun.
Keith?
He's on the phone.
Keith is on the phone. A 7 for me, I would say. In comparison with the other episodes, I would give it a 7.
Yeah, you can't rank them too high and then leave the other ones nowhere else to go.
I mean, I've already done that, so I got to continue.
Okay.
Just Ivanova, just yourself, everyone else.
Shoot him.
Yep, exactly. She's awesome.
Is he still on the phone? And
so.
Jeebus, have you
Like-
given a rating?
I'll give it a 7. Ivanova replaced what's her name? Tamlin Tomita from their first episode. Isn't a pilot?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, she's not a good actor.
Yeah,
Or
she
actress.
appears in Star Trek. In
See,
Picard.
the problem is Kirk would just have sex with everyone on the bridge crew, and that's how he'd win. That's
If it was a spelling bee, Picard would win.
Well, no. You know what happens? Then you end up getting the stations involved. So then, oh my god, Babylon 5 versus Deep Space Nine.
That was already happening. It's already been happening. People have been debating. They've been ripping off each other for God knows how long.
Deep Space Nine is like a little outpost compared to Babylon 5.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm
You know,
partial to
you can
B5.
like both, but you can like both though.
I love
So we
both.
can actually have a battle now on the internet.
DS9 is my favorite Star Trek show. Don't at me.
It's the
No,
one
I won't.
mostly
It's my
watch.
favorite.
What's horrible is Voyager's mine.
See, the thing is,
I
with
like
DS,
Voyager.
the thing is with DS9 is that you can have that on the background, play it continuously, and never feel like you're watching or missing out because you mentioned you memorize the episodes.
Oh, duets!
DS
though. Every time duets on, I stop what I'm doing and I watch it from start to finish.
Yeah,
So
I think Kirk was a Spurpees patient zeros. Okay, probably. I adore DS9. It's my favorite Trek, but if I had to choose, why choose? Like both.
Yeah, like both.
I
Have peanut butter and jelly on that sandwich.
I did earlier.
I bet you did.
No, I
You
want a
can
peanut
have
butter
fluff on
jelly
your
sandwich.
sandwich too.
You can be
But
my
what?
sandwich.
You don't like fluff?
Fluff? Oh, you just had marshmallow between breads? That's kind of weird.
Well, it's
Or was it a
you
fluff
get
or
with
nutter?
peanut butter. It's a fluff or nutter.
Yeah, okay. Then that's cool.
Oh, come.
Why? That's a thing. Don't judge.
Is it
You
a
don't
thing?
like
Fluff or
marshmallow?
Yes!
Yeah, fluff it's marshmallow and peanut butter.
It's just peanut butter marshmallow fluff.
Nutter, and I thought he was doing something derogatory.
No, fluff or nutter. Oh my god. What do you live? What cave do you live in with polar bears?
Kate, we're Canadian. It's a different world up here.
Yeah,
because you got fluffers and then you got the nutters.
We have to smash ice blocks together to get internet up here.
Yeah. We have penguins that roam around the sidewalks.
Yes, I know. I'm just joking, but no, fluff or nutter is peanut butter and marshmallow.
Steven, how big's your igloo?
I'm on the 21st floor. It's a really big igloo.
It takes on a whole new meaning if you go to a porn set.
Well, I mean, heat rises.
Why are you looking for food on a porn site?
Well, because you're hungry.
They got the good craft service.
Monkey, you're questioning the ability to come back next week. Why are you looking
Steven, why is it all people are hating on catering? God.
Hey, brightest day.
They
Thank
got
you
the
for
good crafty.
How you doing? Oh, and brightest, since you're there and you missed it, here I'll show you.
You need to show him. There it is.
Two sizes, bro. They're going to come in two sizes.
What color are you doing these rings?
No, we're priming them, and people get to paint them.
So are the sizes going to be like regular and then like
smaller
Crisco size?
Grind.
Yes, we got normal human and damn, that's what we got right there. Yeah, it's like the
Wonder Twinkie powers activate.
Oh, you bastard!
Here's for you, brightest day.
Sorry about that.
The lantern rings.
That was my mom.
Oh,
was she upset?
I'm sorry.
No.
Hi, Mama Keith.
all good.
She was not upset, but she wanted me to tell everybody hello.
Hello.
Hi, Keith's mom.
Hello, Keith's mom.
Hello.
We have a quick
hanging out with
Hey,
those
Keith's
hooligans.
mom.
we do have a quick commercial.
FAT-STEVENSEAGAL does rule.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much for those lovely words. Thank you.
You're rated.
Today's Ego Boost has been brought to you by Super Chats.
What super chat? What?
Did you? I mean, if you're talking about it, you probably should.
I don't know. Tickle Truck's not super chat anymore. I don't know if we should bring him on the panel anymore. I feel like I'm getting broke this month.
Isn't that how it works? You continue to pay people until they include
How am I
you?
going to grift you motherfuckers if I bring you all on to talk? This
Steven,
sucks.
Steven,
Yeah, hi, just kidding.
what
I'm
happened
kidding.
to us?
You don't pay me no more, man.
Oh my God! You ruined the financial tensor. How dare you include people for the love of fandom?
No, that was a joke. Fuck super chats. They don't mean anything. It's the people that stick around and watch and have fun with us. I just joke around because usually he's spouting love poetry to Keith, and I'm trying to hide in the
You
direction.
can do it right here.
Yeah, that's why I
More
said that's how I
intimate.
introduced him. You missed that part because you were late.
Oh, duh.
You know that thing late.
No.
So we're now, Keith. What was your rating for Voices of Authority before we go to Chekhov and the Minbari?
Let's see. Out of 5,
Out of 10.
I would rate it. You know what? 4.5.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So
That was-
you're
that was
saying I
actually-
can?
That's a 9 out of
That's
10.
both things. So are you saying you can buy your way onto the panel? Depends how much you're paying. No comment. Wait. See that PayPal link over there? Let's see what
Send
magic
butter.
you can do. Yeah, hold on. Okay, I've done this enough. I'm sorry. This stream is brought to you by Master Grift. Don't steal content without it. And Skelebetus. Where's he, man? He don't know.
What happened to Skelly's cousin, the other one?
Oh, Skeleburpus?
Sorry.
Oh. Space stories.
Yeah, so now we're on to Dust, and we all get our favorite side cop back with his own agenda. The midget himself, Chekhov. I mean, Bester. Come on, Tickle Trunk, I was joking. Come on, fuck off. What is this? $5 super chat from Tickle Trunk says achievement, get down payment.
Yes.
Okay, I love it.
Totally forgot this episode existed. But
Hold here.
Oh, Steven, just
No. Give me money. Give me money.
perfect.
Oh, you even have a thank you now on it.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to make that video clip anymore. They took out the ATMs.
it's Steven just above it. YouTube has a new feature where members once a month can
shit.
do a highlighted message for free.
I didn't see that. Oh shit, Mr. Tickle Trunk says, what does it say? See 2 months of love. Give me $500. That's the best emoji ever. Tom never uses it. That's if you
So
actually
keep an eye out if they don't show
says-
up normally, and you're in the back end of YouTube. So keep an eye out for those in the chat.
All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You know, I was kidding. You didn't have to pay. I'm not refunding you either, but you didn't. I'm not.
I can cancel it right now if you want.
What an honest.
Fuck
Oh
off,
yeah, that's
man.
a secret thing with the super chats because like they cancel out on Sam Roberts because like he reads all the super chats, so people super chat him and he says a bunch of stupid stuff and then they cancel out on him.
That's so
Really?
mean.
Well, Hot Dog told us, his producer.
As a non-North American, I want to complain about the lack of representation on the panel. Okay, thank you, Bugs.
What do you mean lack of representation? I'm a cartoon Muppet.
Wow.
I think there are.
Are you a
Keith is
Muppet
wearing
of
a
color?
hat. What else do you want?
He wants somebody from Europe. He's a Brit.
You need to be a female Muppet of color.
I'm a scaly.
So we have a dragon, a black guy, a woman, a blue lantern, a monkey.
If we got black dragon on here, we'd have a
objectively, I'm
black
a
dragon.
unicorn.
I apologize for my.
Okay,
racism.
so we have a unicorn with tiny little hands.
Technically, less than 1% of the human population. Ooh.
Oh, my intro video actually has a unicorn kin on it.
That's cool. So now we're on to Dust, and it's more psych oriented and it has to do with dust itself, which is a drug that gives you the ability to invade another person's mind and fuck shit up.
Yeah, it's basically like meth and PCP that unlocks hidden telekinetic psychic
like super
abilities and
meth.
stuff. Yeah, and if you happen to do it too, like, yes, it is super meth.
Mixed with super PCP.
No,
Yes.
So super.
Or it's like
PC
that.
math?
It's like the
No.
pills they took in Injustice that gave everybody Superman's powers.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I actually remember that. But if you actually take that and if you invade a telepath's mind, that's their head is their no square.
So we're talking Babylon Vice.
Yes.
Not just
Yeah,
no square. You
SVU,
damage them
SVU.
permanently.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
because if you go into Bestier's head, you see Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, look, wait, hold on. He's wearing a different color shirt.
He's on the
That's
command deck. Oh my god,
See-
they've already built the set.
You see, this is Keith once again showing off his toys. He actually has the station in his house.
Yes,
He's
Bruce.
got-
Yes,
he's
it's
got
Bruce
the smile of the
Boxleitner,
cana-
frozen in time.
He's the cat that just ate the canary. Good things are coming. I got good vibes.
This is where you can apologize to your mom live.
I'm sorry.
Big puppy dog eye.
I am so clipping that right now. I'm so clipping that right now.
Oh, Arwen saying you're looking spicy.
Relaxed. That's the
He looks
best way to put it.
blitzed.
So you got good news?
Decent news.
That's good.
Yeah, decent news.
Hooray.
Downside is I still got to go back to work. So
Mondays. Woo.
I know, right? I want to be
I love-
wealthy enough to not have to really worry about Mondays.
Yeah, that would be nice. I like that I forgot this episode because Jakar on drugs is kind of funny. Not that the end result's funny, but it's like, oh, okay, he's that. Okay, this
When
explains
I-
everything again.
When I put
Funny,
the
huh?
reference points into when this show was coming out, I'm like, this show was coming out probably when there was probably starting to be a lot of a drug epidemic and stuff going around. And it's like, here's
Or
your
talked about for
Narn.
sure,
Here's
yep.
a Narn on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs are bad.
A little bit. Like when they
I don't
started
know.
to advertise.
Oh, but he F's up Londo, man. Ooh.
Oh, I know.
He's like, I knew it, Londo.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
but what ends up happening? Go on.
Yeah, go. No, it's fine. I just said it's interesting.
Well, I love Jakar for the fact, not that I'm condoning drug use or invading another person's mind without their
As he
consent.
inhales his vape.
I that comes after, but all I'm saying is Jakar literally has a come to Jaquan moment, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, He just goes, oh, and the sheer fact he's like, keep it, Garibaldi. You will need it. And the sheer fact that they actually bring that in later. Continue.
Quickly, Mr. Sir Perzalot says, Bester is one of my absolute favorite characters in Babylon 5. You could tell he had so much fun playing the amoral evil guy for a change. Yeah. He was a perfect dick. He really was.
They literally copied his character on The Expanse too. They literally did the exact same type of character, and I'm like, oh my god.
He had said in
most punchable face.
Go
and
along
then
with that, though,
Bester's like a little weirdo too, because he has a family and all that other stuff.
I know.
Or he
It's creepier and creepier.
And then he goes like, "Oh, this is my love," and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers.
I wasn't spoiling. He said he had a family. He didn't say what kind of family.
Yes.
Tiny spoiler, not really a spoiler.
We also get
Veer.
Veer.
We got Veer?
We also get Veer back, who has been the ambassador to Membar for a while. And his first thing is like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a ceremonial
traveling robe."
Yeah, they're like, take it the fuck off. You're a Centauri. You only wear it there. I'm like, oh damn. And like Londo's just being a dick to him. And was, you can see in Veer's face. I want to go back. They're nice there. Except for
Veer is totally a Mumbari at heart.
Yeah, he is.
They're saying that one that Narn joke that one guy on Membar told Veer, that was supposed to be a fan joke that they worked into the show.
That's cool.
From the forums, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes, he was the besterest ever. Yes, very good. Very good, Archer. Very good.
I see what you did there.
To me, Walter Koenig is Bester first and Chekhov second.
Nuclear vessels.
To me, anyway.
Don't roll your eyes at me, Cape. I can see.
They had a meme with like the Enterprise asking Babylon 5 to dock, and then they said like, everybody's welcome aboard except the guy in the front the right front seat, and it's Chekhov.
Wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Not inclusive, but wonderful.
Did you guys have any? Sorry, go ahead, Keith.
No. It's nothing important.
It is important. You're talking.
No.
Yes, no. I need my tokenization. Talking. I need.
Oh my god.
I meant to say representation, but it just slipped out.
Keith, please lay out the episode for us.
Look at him go.
Yes, please.
Oh.
You broke him off.
Oh. Hey, Ma. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that, and I've been trying so hard all year never to say it again. It just slipped out. I'm sorry.
Why are you so mad to a man wearing
It is
a vest?
October, so I get once a month, right? That still works?
I'm broken.
He's matching his shirt color.
Oh, somebody call Dr. Franklin.
I didn't mean oh fuck, I'm fired. Shit. Sorry, Keith.
Sorry.
Are you okay? Yes. He's still laughing. Can someone not clip that ever? Thank you.
So Bester is coming around because of reasons. Looking
come
for
on. Nice
stuff.
try, memes. Nice try. You're the most non-diplomatic when it comes to that. He went off camera. Come on back, Keith. Don't fall out of your chair.
Oh my god. This is why we can't have nice things.
We can have nice things. I've been very good. I've been very good.
Yeah, because you reached out to Script Doctor and he had a 3D printer. Not everyone has such.
He reached out to me. He reached out to me. I was actually making a new icon, and the same day I was making a new icon using a Green Lantern like format, he messaged me about the ring. Literally the same dual Canadian mindsets because we're all fighting over the same penguin for Wi-Fi. Back to the real story at hand. Keith, you had something to add that was important before I fucked up?
It was not important.
Oh. Hey, Tim. I'm so sorry. She wasn't watching, was she? Hi, Mom. Fuck. Damn. 25 people watching us blooper it up every week, and I fucking love every one of them.
Well, that's the beauty of doing things live. It's like, all right, it's like the beautiful part. It's like Kate was saying about theater. It's like what it is what it is. You ain't going back and clipping it out. I mean, you technically could do that. I've tried to do.
You do clip it out. Then you tag all of us like 8:00 in the morning. Look what I just did. And we're like,
oh, that reminds me. I have a bunch of tags I still haven't gotten to. Thank you, sir.
No, you're welcome.
Nobody is safe.
But anyone have any favorite parts about Dust to Dust? It was like this was a good episode. It wasn't as good as the other one previously, but it had really good moments, especially with the Ivanova sitting on that command deck going, I can blow this douchebag out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And she technically does it. And she gets stopped by Sheridan. She actually says fire. She goes through with it.
I was like, well, this is a 90s show.
And then he questions it. He questions it when he gets on board. He goes like, why was I feeling intense danger?
It's like, I was getting no response. And then I felt the sensation. I was being in intense danger. And it's just like, yeah, she was going to blow you up. It's like, you have been saying for the past month, yeah, the defense grid has been malfunctioning. She set up this exact situation. I'm not going to lie. At one point, I'm like, does she actually blow him away? It's like, I know she can't because it's a Babylon 5 series from the 90s, but I'm like, holy crap, she's going to do it. And she did it. But
she's like, fuck it.
Technically, she did it. If he wasn't there, it'd best be dead.
That is true.
She's like, when I made a command call and I took it.
No, but it was an insight into her character. And this is why I like Ivanova, just because of all these things going on. It's like, well, you shouldn't do that. It's like, you're the person that knows what's actually going on in the station. And it's like, you realize how dangerous that individual could be, especially given the current situation. You don't want anybody going into their minds and stuff. So it's like, all right, go through this particular method.
Interesting.
To me, this is Jakar's episode.
Ivanova is dope, especially with episodes coming up. Just saying.
It's funny too, because like Londo did all that stuff to him, like so flippantly. Like he did it, like it was just like, oh, okay, let's do this, and then he screwed over Jakar's people so bad, just on jokes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, not to
people
mention
died
the
because
destroyed millions of people.
They fired mass drivers at the home planet, didn't they?
Yeah, they use mass drivers to fire asteroids at their planet from space, rather than invade it. They just flatten the whole thing.
That's got to be horror, dude. It's like fire from the sky, and then it's all intentional.
What killed the dinosaurs?
They violated literally the Space Geneva Convention.
They did.
As it was said, words on paper.
Yeah, ink on a page.
It's kind of...
It's basically, having weapons of the strength and firepower of a nuclear weapon, minus the radiation.
We kind of have that technology. Like they had, they could fire tungsten rods down from a satellite.
Meteors and satellites and whatnot can have some radiation. It just depends on the material they're made of. Mm-hmm. And it could still have that, not as significant and concentrated, but it could still have that radiation effect. So it was really bad. Really, really bad. It's smart, but for real.
Energy equals mass times velocity squared.
But they also
become very large.
But they also filled it full of scripts from CW shows, and that's where the radiation came from.
Well, that is a material.
Yeah, radioactive.
You'll be okay if it was the first season of Arrow.
Batman Begins light.
I like it. Okay, I'm biased. I watched it with ex-Mrs. memes at the time. It was a good show. Yeah,
so you got back together?
No, he shot
said ex-Mrs. memes at the time. So I was like, so you got
he only mass driver, then he left.
That was good.
Oh, come on, that was a good one. Master
Internet high five.
Oh, we're all going to hell.
It's the Mega Drive.
He's gonna hunt me down and make me do push-ups. I can feel it now.
They drop Sega Mega Drives on people from space.
Is that 32 bits of pain?
I had the Sega CD. Jurasik Park was a fun game.
Sega? You mean Sega Saturn?
No. Sega CD.
Sega CD was the precursor. It was a Sega CD, then it was a 32X, and then the Saturn.
The Saturn had Sega Sagato.
Yeah.
They fought Chuck Norris, and then like a breaking of the multiverse. It was sweet.
Well, they had that movie Night Trap of Dana Plato from Different Strokes.
I have no idea who that is, but it sounds fascinating. So,
The bad guy.
Jakar and drugs. Well, here's the thing. He explains the situation like, well, we have had an escalation significantly in the number of dust incidents and everything. And then it's like, well, who could be the buyer? He immediately cuts to Jakar. It's like, well, it's completely logical. It makes sense. Who would need something that's small and compact and potentially very... And the sheer
weapon
fact
we could smuggle in without detection.
Exactly. Something small that could be powerful and everything and avoid detection. But the sheer fact that the guy even asked Jakar, it's like, so who's the poor sap you're going to test this on? And like, my immediate thing is, that's the most blatantly obvious question in the world. It's freaking Jakar. Of course he's going to do the drugs himself because it's Jakar. It's like the dude's already like taken a knife from one of his own people. He's been poisoned. He's treated the poison. He's gone through all this BS. Of course he's going to do it. And that cuts to him and his eyes are like, And the sheer fact they're like, well, there has been a Narn telepath for 1,000 years. Why? It's like, they were all killed. It's like, so with just within the recessive traits and everything, it really hasn't emerged at all. So it's like, will this even work? I don't know. And then Jakar did a bunch of drugs.
Sir Percival quickly says, Stephen, if the Centauri really wanted to destroy the Narn, they would have used all the discarded Kennedy Star Wars scripts, fast and drafts instead of asteroids. That is true. Or they would have just used.
They would have fired her ego at it.
Oh no, they would have just stolen One-Eyed Willie's pirate ship and launched it at the planet like they did with the Return of...
Don't tread on Goonies.
They treaded on Goonies. I'm protecting
Goonies never say die.
Goonies is hallowed ground.
Yeah.
He said hollow.
Hey, you
I thought there was
guys.
stuff underneath it. I'm confused.
Is this guy the father of Lon? No, I don't think so.
Don't touch Willie's treasure.
Yeah. Just remember, it's our time up here. It's their time down there.
There's always time for a Snickers.
It's our time.
But yeah, he's buying drugs. He wants to make sure it works. And dude, he goes apeshit. He goes right for Londo. And then he turns into he finds out more about Londo with this drug than Londo probably wanted anyone to know. And you finally realize the whole ambassador role that Londo got was a fucking joke. No one wanted it.
He's like, no one wanted it.
His entire spiel, it's like, you're here because no one else wanted to be here, and they did it because they thought it would be a funny joke. You are literally a laughingstock of the people that you say are so important to you and everything. He's just like, but then he has that like come to Jaquan moment.
Yeah, he betrayed Jakar, who was supposed to be sort of his friend in some points, to people that find him as a joke.
Well, he's trying to prove himself. He's literally doing the ultimate virtue signal by starting a war. Nobody would ever do that on the internet.
No one ever. No, never.
Never.
Nobody ever tries to hurt another person to get clout. That's not how it works in war.
Yeah, it's like ape shall not hurt ape.
Yeah. You did it. Blew it all up.
And it's not like there'd be a premium on having a front row seat for seeing the dumpster fire. This is why the show is so relevant, like JM said, and all I know is, if done well, this might actually help society.
That unless like all mainstream news gets turned off, maybe.
If this is done well, this will be the most popular sci-fi thing on television right now.
Yeah. I think that's where Keith was coming from when he was trying to say that the turnaround for CW that it's a joke within itself. CW has that reputation. My words.
There we go.
I like hooked on phonics. But the reputation of CW could make every other network look embarrassed if it's done and delivered correctly. And that's the hope that is the silver lining when we're seeing reboot after remake after remaster after
Star Trek is dead. Doctor Who is dead. Star Wars is bleeding out right now.
Yeah.
I think Loki will replace Doctor Who.
All I know is based upon what I'm hearing, all these different IPs that they're bringing in, like all these other folks that maybe don't necessarily have the experience. It's like, all right, what are we gonna do? Well, let's go for the gold. Let's bring out the big guns. Let's bring out J. Michael Straczynski, and we're not gonna f with any of the original canon. This is just a new story. It's a separate multiverse. We're taking care of the issue that so many people have had. So even if it doesn't meet expectations, even if it was horrible, it's like you still have the original. So at least you're taking care of your OG fans. Now the big thing is if you can make a good show, and especially if it's an excellent show and you have the funding and you have the right people and you give Mr. Straczynski basically as much control as required, hey, let the maestro do his work. See what happens.
Yep. And again, this is just the beginning. You know, now we've had the announcement of a reboot of Sliders. And the important thing is that the two major creatives behind the original Sliders are the ones doing this.
So, how come they don't reboot My Secret Identity?
Wait. Is this true?
Yeah, that news broke within the last 24 to 48 hours.
Just got to put the final nail in that Doctor Who coffin, huh?
Wait a second. Are you saying folks out there in different production lands are realizing that maybe if we're going to bring back all these different series, if we can actually get some of the original people to help make these series successful?
I wish they would do more new series instead of rebooting everything.
As well.
Well, that's because the reason why you're getting all of this is that it is really the curse of everything
old is new again.
Well, no. It's the curse of having all of these new HBO Max, Disney Plus, Netflix.
Streamers need
Hulu,
new content.
All of that. Mm-hmm. It needs as much new content as possible. It's a beast that has to continually be fed.
They need to have they have to have familiar names that people will buy.
That's it. So you have Tracy Torme, who was the original co-creator of Sliders.
Is that Mel Torme? Is she related to Mel Torme?
That's his son.
Oh, it is? Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then I forgot the name of the other guy that is coming back with him to do this, but they are the original people behind Sliders, the original series, and they are talking right now about bringing it back. And it is here. Let me read part of this article. Torme also revealed that he's been in talks with members of the original cast to return, though he has noted that no deals are in place yet for a full reunion, revealing, "I can't say that the original cast is all coming back because we haven't made those deals yet. But I talk to Cleavant Derricks, Rembrandt Brown, all the time, and I imagine it wouldn't be a Sliders without Jerry O'Connell. And I talked to Rhys Davies also."
Oh.
So eventually, Torme added, "I believe it's going to be a mixture of the old original cast and a couple of new characters."
Like a passing of the torch. What happened? My guess is someone's going to come up with the same technology or find one of the Slider devices, get sucked through, and another team's going to approach Jerry Connell's team and they need to find their friend. It's going to become a search and rescue mission.
Yep.
So,
this is happening.
Welcome to hell, kids.
And here's the thing: I'm not that disappointed, if at all, if it's the original people that did it. You know, that's the reason why I keep talking about, and I've been talking about for some time, that probably one of the biggest mistakes that Paramount has made, that CBS has made, is not trying to make a deal to get Mission Impossible back on television.
Would Tom Cruise have to be involved?
Tom Cruise at least has the rights to the movies. I don't know if his rights extend to television. Okay? So, and since CBS is pretty much doing everything in their power to basically take everything in the vault that they have and make new versions of it, because that was happening no matter what. That was really the backbone of CBS All Access. All of the stuff they were doing and have been doing these last few years is taking all the stuff that they own and just rebooting it. I mean, what do you think Magnum's been about? What do you think?
That's just business, yeah.
Yeah, it's what they had, basically. And they have a lot of stuff in the CBS vault. If you thought that they weren't going to do this, I got a bridge on the moon for you to buy.
I just found a big list of shows, and like the Legends of the Hidden Temple, that Kate mentioned, is getting a reboot as well.
That was already.
Yeah,
I think they've been talking about that for like ever, because Nickelodeon in general has been.
I thought they redid it already.
10 years.
All this is new to me. So.
Okay, well, yeah, no, because Nickelodeon as a company has been struggling indefinitely for 10 years.
Yeah, they're redoing Rugrats. Jetsons is getting a reboot.
I think
they're messing up Ninja Turtles.
I think Nickelodeon is owned by CBS, if I remember correctly.
Viacom.
It is now.
Yep.
They're owned by Viacom.
Yep. There you go. Everything that is in the vault.
Sherry Redstone. Ugh, I don't know who's worse, Sherry or Kathleen.
Sherry Redstone's not your problem. Seriously, Sherry Redstone is not your problem. She's the one that tried to fight for more originality and basically got stopped by the former head of CBS. And
Les?
Yeah, Moonves.
Ugh.
Moonves hated her because, he's such a progressive forward guy when it comes to women. And
that's sarcasm.
Maybe. And he likes sharing power. But the real deal, I think, is that the reason why her own dad tried to dissuade her from running the company is that he and Moonves were pretty much the same type of person. And that they didn't want their behavior to stop. They didn't want the party to stop. And inviting his daughter to run things would have stopped the party. So she became who she was. She, in defiance of her dad, did what she had to do to amass as much power as possible so she could actually be running the family business. And that when it became pretty much a foregone conclusion that she was going to win this, that's when Moonves decided to sabotage everything. So bringing in, doing what he did to Star Trek Discovery was all a part of that. Especially the content.
She actually worked her way up. It wasn't all just her dad.
That's right. She worked. Her dad tried to stop her.
So that's actually, I have a different opinion of her now. Then she's actually a hard worker.
She's an older woman. I mean, her kids are grown and raised. She wanted to run the family business because it seemed like none of her other siblings either were as adept or wanted to do it.
Interested.
And she got a lot of. She got a lot of guff from a lot of people that kept trying to dissuade her. And it turns out a lot of that was being done on behalf of Les Moonves. Because Les Moonves thought that he was going to be the heir of everything. He wanted all of it. He was running CBS the way he always ran everything else. And he was wanting to take over all the rest of it. Because her dad, Sumner Redstone, kind of treated him like the son he never had. And she just got fed up with it. So that's the reason why she had been having problems in trying to fire Alex Kurtzman. Like I've been saying, she had every Hollywood lawyer who she could think of, anyone to try to go through that contract to figure out a way to get rid of him, and couldn't.
Wait, are you saying a lot of this drama and stuff that may have potentially led to some, I don't know, some subpar IPs is because of some executive drama?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
the other thing is,
people ruin everything. Sorry.
Here's the other name you need to know. His name is George Cheeks. Okay? That's the guy who is responsible for re-upping Kurtzman's contract.
Does he know Seymour Butts?
I don't know. I've never met him.
What about Dick Butkus?
Hey, go ahead and make fun of the guy, but he pretty much has sealed the fate of Star Trek for the next 5 years. And you should Google his statement after he did it. This is a dude that is firmly committed to what's going on right now for the one reason that Kurtzman will take all the orders necessary. Basically, what we have figured out with Netflix and with CBS and everything else is that executives have figured out a way of running the individual IP the ways that they want. Basically, you have people who are passable in talent, but who will kiss the backsides of a lot of these executives.
They're getting yes people in particular.
Basically, roles. Alex Kurtzman, the reason why Star Trek is so bad is that they are taking plot ideas and advice from executives who are not creatives.
And he's putting them one-to-one in the show.
Because
that's what Kurtzman does.
That is Kurtzman's power. He kisses up so well.
He says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
That's
and he finds writers that can find a way to put that stuff into the show. Now it makes sense with the script that they have.
There you go. That is it.
And that's how you secure yourself for 5 years while your show is failing.
So you do a passable job.
That's worth $150 million over 5 years, and that 150 also includes the financing for any new programs and stuff that you want to do. Now, match that up with the South Park guys who have never done that, who have always spat in the face of authority, and by doing that, got a 5-year deal, but for $900 million.
How is South Park even still on the air? Just because of all the things
they're not afraid to make fun of anything.
Yeah.
But it's successful.
Because they're not afraid to make fun of literally anything.
And they're good at it.
Their motto is everything is up for grabs.
And their merchandising sales are as strong as they ever have been. And here's the other thing. A lot of that money was for, production of of like 3 or 4 more seasons of the show. They have reduced the cost of how much it takes them to actually produce a single episode. So it's all cheap, real cheap. And so these guys, that deal is not only for more seasons of the show, but will also make it possible for them to do at least 1 or 2 more South Park related movies and some original ideas and stuff that they might want to come up with, and still made them wealthy. They are $100 million short of $1 billion deal. Meanwhile, you have Alex Kurtzman, who's been kissing butt like there's no tomorrow, and same amount of time, and he only gets $150 million.
Kurtzman's a butt connoisseur.
I cannot confirm nor deny that, but all I know is, Keith, it sounds like the South Park folks, they essentially have, I believe the technical term is FU money now.
Basically.
They've probably had FU money for at least 10, 20 years, though.
Yeah, but this solidifies it. This is
in perpetuity FU money.
Shy of $1 billion
like
for making a show with the same production quality with modern tools as you did like 20 years ago. I'm like, sounds like a very profitable venture.
So this is the reason why, when they had that big Star Trek convention in Vegas, why you didn't see a lot of Kurtzman people there celebrating.
Oh, it was a sci-fi convention. They didn't get the rights to Star Trek. It was a sci-fi convention. They didn't get the rights to Star Trek.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sci-fi convention. But I mean, now I encourage, if you have any kind of South Park wear, just go ahead and put a Star Trek Delta shield on it, and that'll be your FU to a lot of the Discovery people, because you guys just got took to the woodshed. I mean, you now know where you stand within this company. It's like, hey, kiss all the butts you want.
Didn't the Space Force rip off the Starfleet insignia? I don't know. For some reason, I thought it looked very similar. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. Do they have to pay them royalties? Do they get residuals?
Remember those are the Book of Mormon. Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, this is there's blood in the water. So now with this puts in context why JMS coming back is such a big deal. Okay.
And why they gave him the power to do what he wants to do.
That's basically it. This is a big deal because you have someone who actually created something and knows how to write is coming back to basically show all the new kids how to get it done. So this is Babylon 5's chance to do something that they never got a chance to do the first time around, which is beat the ever-living out of Star Trek. And given current Star Trek, they can do it.
For those that are wondering what means, beat the ever-letting shit out of Star Trek.
Oh my god! That would make like all the B5 fans from back in the day so happy. It's like, yes, we finally have the money, the Marshal has control, and we're not constantly changing time slots.
So this is the reason why I say, all you B5 fans out there, just keep supporting, keep pushing, keep bringing new people into the show. Keep getting people to watch it on HBO Max because they are seeing the numbers. They like what they are seeing. And it's the same thing that JMS has been saying. Just keep watching HBO Max. Keep telling people. And if you can, see if you can contact Warner Brothers about releasing now the rest of the made-for-TV movies that they had for Babylon 5 and see if you can get Crusade put on.
So what you're saying is
can
maybe
get those on Amazon.
Nicely, I should maybe ask nicely again. Oh, are they on Prime? Maybe that's why the licensing deal they need to wait. Okay, that makes sense.
So just do all of that. Watch as much Babylon 5 related stuff. Buy as much stuff as you can get away with buying, and just watch as Alex Kurtzman gets sadder and sadder and sadder. So.
There's even another aspect to this that no one's talked about. I'm surprised no one's talked about yet. Us original fans of the original show, because the new show is a completely different take on the old show. If they don't do a good job, it does not ruin the original product. Which is different than Star Trek, Star Wars, when they've gone back and retconned all that stuff out. So don't be afraid to be excited for this, because if it's not good, we still have the original show.
That one
and
thing
it will not be tarnished. It's impossible to tarnish it.
Well, see, that's the thing, Mr. Tickle Trunk. That's why I say that one thing, saying that right off the bat, you literally made so many of the OG fans just sigh of relief. They're like, okay, even if it's terrible, even though it has the original creator with a great deal of creative control and actually money this time to do what he wants, he's telling a new story. Basically, imagine it's like a multiverse. So let's say the universe is kind of like maybe the complement of the hyperbolic figure 8 knot or something. We might be existing within the hologram. Basically, as the universe recycles itself, there's just another iteration. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And if it is good, you get not only all the old fans who will be pleased with it, you got a whole new crop of 2 generations that have not seen it.
And there will be 2 different Babylon 5s to rewatch. Over and over.
And maybe the possibility of finally getting around to making a Babylon 5 movie.
And video game.
And maybe
see who the Hand was, and who else? There was the Hand, and what was the other one? Oh well.
I'd like to also say that I really do feel like for this new Babylon 5, I think one of the first things that will show everyone what's going on and how different this is going to be, they'll probably go through and just change the logo for this new B5 also to help differentiate the two.
Oh yeah,
most likely they'll keep similarities, but they will change it. They'll probably have a new font system in general.
Yeah.
What about the style?
What do you mean?
Think they're going to do a big change on the way the ships and the bridges look and that sort of thing? Do you think they'll start from scratch?
I bet it'll be completely different.
Because
I can point out things that they probably will change because they're very distinctly 90s aesthetic. So a lot of the casual clothing will be very different. A lot of the casual things on set will be different.
A little less neon.
No, they'll do more neon. That is incredibly popular and increasingly popular.
You know what? That's true.
I mean, I could probably find examples of what it would look like in their like quarters or a bar and things like that. But that's what will be different. Not necessarily like this very industriousness of it. I think that's the core of being a spaceship, really.
Plus, they'll have more money for these sets.
Yes. Well,
and they'll have more extras, so it'll feel like a full station.
The way that the station actually operates in generating its own gravity will give them the leeway to create whatever they want for the Babylon 5 station. You know, you'll be what?
We'll have a giant merry-go-round instead.
They may actually have like a more substantial green space. I think that might be a smart addition.
Once you generate the station in Blender or whatever fancy tech that they use there, now you have an actual 3D model that you can do all these extra wicked cool things that I'm not saying you could export to a video game, but you can probably do
exactly.
that too.
And they'll do a lot of cool stuff as well, like Sheridan's office in the original show. There's a painting there which is supposed to be the inside of the station. Doesn't feel like it. All they had to do was animate a bird flying or something. Well, if there were birds in there, but
they did that in the Expanse.
Like seeing the tram go by. All they had to do was add that in, and it would feel alive. They're going to be able to do so many things with this show. Like like the Expanse, they're going to be able to it'll feel real.
Yeah.
Instead of on a stage.
We can also put it this way: when the show's first episode comes out, I bet all of us here on the panel, if we're still alive, will. I mean, it's a generalization because pop culture is slowly killing us. That we'll be here reviewing the first episode, and I think we'll do it live. We'll do it as best we can, respectively, because at the end of the day, we're not going in hating it. We're just going in with provocation of hope as well as fear, and that's the best way to look at it. It's the pro and con.
I'm going in to see J. Michael Straczynski wipe the floor with.
Hi, Mom.
Everybody.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Oh shit.
I know, but Stephen, I mean, look at what pop culture recently has done to poor Londo here and everything. I mean, he's been through hell. Brought to you by Celine Dijon mustard and Mumberry.
I'm trying to get him to hold me. There we go.
I mean, that's really close. And okay.
Okay, you're just cycling through the things now. All right. Yes, brought to us by Master Grifter. Don't leave home without it.
And I love memes, and I like the Mumberry, and oh, there we go.
So Londo gets his ass whooped.
And then the Jakar goes straight for Londo and everything. It's even proven in the court of Babylon 5. And even with Sheridan saying, it's like, well, he was under the influence of drugs. It's like, well, had Mr. Jakar gone for the first person, that would be one thing. No. We have him on footage. He's like going towards Jakar. He fucking choke slams Veer. And then he's like, I am going to eat your mind. Oh, you're just a lie.
Yep.
I wanted someone in that courtroom to say, well, they bombed his planet. No shit.
I mean, that was a very traumatic circumstance. You could consider that. I am not an attorney. But yeah, so Jakar mind F's Londo.
He mind F's some good.
Look, there's nothing but good stuff on the way from all this stuff. But JMS really, I think, will show a whole new generation of television fans that you can have really good ideas and really good writing. And it doesn't have to be bad for badness sake, you know. Using Kurtzman Trek as sort of like what not to do, then really Babylon 5, all it has to do is just tell good solid stories and have good solid acting. And don't go all, dark and
well, it naturally does that, so they won't even need to. It's just the nature of the story, and then it's not a dark ending, but it has a moment.
The original show had really good tones. There was light and dark, and
well,
they were good at mixing.
This show here is still way better than anything you've seen on any episode for any season of Discovery and Picard combined.
Testify.
And so all JMS has to do is just deliver solid entertainment, and then the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, given a lot of the current media landscape, given a heavy hitter like a J.M. Straczynski, it's like he comes in, if he does adequate for J. Michael Straczynski, the bar is not at the current highest level.
Well,
I mean, I'm hoping for something phenomenal, but
yes,
I mean,
Michael Jordan on a bad day would still play a pretty mean
it's
ball.
a 3-foot putt.
I will say this though: one of the things that Babylon 5 did do that I at least have to give them credit for, as far as something that Star Trek didn't do, was it got nominated for a whole list of awards. And while it was never really a darling, within the science fiction community, Babylon 5 was a huge step over Star Trek. For people that love science fiction, who are dedicated to the genre of science fiction, Babylon 5 was worlds better than anything that Star Trek had going at that time. And especially over in England, the Babylon 5 ruled over there. You know, I think that JMS, all he has to do is just tell a straight up solid science fiction story, because that's not what they're doing with Kurtzman. Kurtzman is incapable of doing that. He doesn't know what that is.
Well, they have the probability. If JMS does it right, this is the ability and a new stepping stone to not only create good sci-fi and storytelling, but the ability to make people start thinking when they're watching the show without it being thrown at them. They will have the ability to think, because it will give a message they didn't pick up the first time that someone might tell them when they're talking about the show the next day. Reinitializing the water cooler phenomena. You know what I mean?
Yes. And again, when you have a show like, say, The Expanse, while popular with certain people who love to watch this kind of stuff, geeks and nerds love it, it's not something that's easy for the normie fan to pick up on. Babylon 5 at least has now kind of like a history behind it. It has something that the normies can pick up on easier, especially being successful in HBO Max. And the more they understand and know, the more that you, again, bring people who may not have heard of this show to this new show, along with whatever quote-unquote new fans are going to come in with the new show. This is all just goodness. This is all nothing but goodness and positivity. But first things first, you need to create kind of like that wave. And this is where we, the fans, can come in. We can help create a much bigger wave.
Without as much fear as other IPs.
That's right. By being positive and supporting this show, but also going out and doing something that Kurtzman Trek fans don't do, which is, hey, we're going to go out and buy all this merchandise that we see out there when you go to conventions and other places, even online. Support this show, find all the merchandise, buy the shirts, whatever, because they're not really making anything new.
Actually, that's not true. Keith, I actually went on Wish and found a shit ton of stuff, from blankets, T-shirts.
Really?
I will bring it up in a second.
Yep. And it's pretty easy out of a whole sea of crap out there. It's pretty easy to highlight and celebrate the one or two flowers that stand out. So this is pretty easy.
Are you calling us all flowers? You're adorable. Thank you so much.
No, I'm calling you special.
What I'm taking away is, what you're saying is we should enjoy good fandom.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Novel
And
idea.
you can help to emphasize that by positively supporting this show, and also, to be fair, this show as well as the Orville. Oh my God, that is a cool hoodie.
There's also something this show can do that the Orville does better than the current Star Trek. There's storylines where they tackle modern day things like trans kids, but they do it in a Star Trek way, and they do it properly, where they don't tell you what to think. They present you with the situation, they show you pros and cons, and they let you decide. Babylon 5.
Wow.
That looks so good.
You know what? I wish I could get my wife to sign off on that one, but okay. I want that.
You can find them cheaper. You can
No
find them cheaper.
90s.
Yeah, don't want to sleep on Sheridan's face.
Set of 5 placemats.
Oh my God,
Wow.
this is painful for me, just so you
Wait,
know.
wait.
I strongly advise this. I can show you where you can buy the things from the show that are on the sets, and they're adult things.
It's true.
I
He was
know,
actually
but
showing
I'm-
me the hair.
That's
I know.
fun. Okay, I'll give you that.
But I'm
That's
just
well.
saying for those that want like cheap, like I'm saying that like there's still stuff out there. I know Wish is not the best.
Adult things.
Look how excited he is having Sheridan on his nips. Look at that.
Wait. Is this officially licensed
And
Babylon
Sinclair.
5 merch?
It's Wish, Drew. Do you think it's licensed?
I don't know what Wish
It's
is.
coming out of China.
Yeah.
A
But
lot
that's
of
pretty
things
cool.
are.
Sorry, I was saying one thing. If Babylon 5 tackles some of the things that Star Trek are virtue signaling
Bootleg
about,
Babylon.
they will show everybody how it's done. The
Yes,
same way that the Orville is showing everyone how it's done right now.
that's right. So support
Everything.
Earth Force shirt.
Here,
There you go.
Keith,
Y'all need
for every
that.
time you're on the show and we start saying stupid shit like tokenization, you can just take a shot.
Garibaldi's hidden flask for his special coffee.
Oh, wait a minute. Those Earth Force shirts are almost gone. I may have to order my own.
Ooh, there's a Psychor one.
Yeah.
For $216.
Psychor's 216. Oh my word!
Mr.
That's
Keith
not
just
real,
signed
that's
off
what they
really
put on there.
fast. But
Wow.
what Mr. Tickletrunk just said, I think, is very important because a lot of times, I think a lot of like even within society, this is what I was kind of referring to. It's like you have different folks; they'll try to present different things. But the thing is, if you do it in a cheap way, if you do it in a way that just seems just overly synthetic, it's like people aren't receptive to that. And then there'll be criticism, and then people will just disagree to disagree. But if you do it well, this is the thing. Ooh, the land.
That is awesome.
It is
What
a
is it?
metal. It is a metal
Oh,
poster
okay.
like display.
Oh, that's cool. Like in the original show, in the pilot, the
Really?
reason Delen's makeup is very masculine is because I think it was either she was supposed to start off as male or
Yeah.
non-gendered.
Yes. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Is that a pillow down there?
I'm gonna buy these and
They're-
wear these to my sister's wedding.
They're dirty pillows.
Is
They
there
are
a
right
body
there.
pillow?
They dropped its price.
Aw.
Oh,
We can't show that. That's too much. Too much. Wait a minute. Nope.
You're the one who asked for it. You said, "What the fuck?"
I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
Almost gone.
You could wake up next to the land.
See, it's that white shirt there. A simple logo shirt like that.
Hmm.
If a lot of fans just got into just wearing the logo of Babylon 5 different places, then that would be enough. I mean, it really is about.
But Keith, you don't want to drop a whole shit ton of Sheridans and Sinclairs and
Oh,
all that
jeez.
stuff.
We could have
Oh,
Zappa fursuits. Oh, they're gonna do it this.
They have
it just looks like a
afterwear,
giant
too.
mouse pad on the floor.
It does. It's ridiculous.
There we
That's
go,
cool, the
right
big
there.
five.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost
That
one
gone.
Babylon 5 shield.
That's the one.
That shirt, that black shirt with the shield,
Mhm.
is amazing, and that one right there.
I'm not
Cool.
spoiling
Scroll
shit.
up.
I'm not doing. No, I'm not spoiling
Yeah.
shit. No.
They should have a Zaphyrus costume.
They got the sword.
sure.
They got the sword. Oh, no spoilers.
You too can have a Jacquard toilet cover.
Oh God.
An umbrella.
Oh, geez, the gray
Why?
shirt. See, that is so cool.
Mhm.
Buy Jacquard, that felt good.
Looks like a chap
But
would love.
that black shirt right there with the
Mhm.
shield,
Mhm.
the Babylon 5 station shield, that right there is definitely something that you could wear out and about, and people will
That's
ask
disgusting.
about it. You could start helping to build in a friendly way exactly what Babylon 5 is.
Yep.
So
Like normal nerds.
Or
Yeah,
you
like
can
normal
Photoshop
nerds.
your own
Booty
pair of
shorts.
shorts on.
Creepy.
I don't want those people near my neck.
Oh, are those gender neutral shorts?
They're gender something shorts.
gosh,
It's hard to tell. They're photoshopped onto the thing because that's how this works.
Zach Allen. Ooh, signed.
Look at that sassy picture.
I should have
Aw.
worn for this picture.
3/4 security guard, 1/4 sass.
Oh,
1/4 Morris.
his hair is like a fluffy bird.
I think we should all get this bright ass shit and wonder what the fuck we were thinking about.
No thanks. But you do you.
No.
Fractals, baby.
Yeah.
A shadow shirt?
I like the what do you
Yeah,
want
I
shirt.
like the shadow shirt.
What do you
There's
want?
nothing better than showering and watching a full cast. Look at you. What you're doing.
You looked at the way I go back to that. You look down at Londo for a second while you're soaping up.
Yeah, he's just
Wow.
Atari soap.
And a mug. There you go. Everybody needs to have that morning coffee.
Wait. Oh, or your morning mulberry juice.
Ah. See, that shirt right there is a lot like the one I own. The black one off to the right. Almost gone. Yeah.
Mm.
And then the cast shirt. Jeez.
What do you want?
I'm telling you, this is all good stuff. And
I don't know about this sweater. I wouldn't say that's good stuff.
Well, but compared to Discovery, I would rather wear something that
Correct. Sorry, yes.
like that stuff than anything that had Kurtzman Trek related stuff on it. So,
well, we should start wrapping up. We've gone longer than usual. It's been a blast. We didn't get through any of the episodes hardly at all, but this is fun just doing this shit. We've got comfortable enough with each other. So next week we're going to try to do 7 and 8. Emphasis on try. Real big emphasis on try. And yeah, it's been our fun Monday with you guys. You make Mondays now feel like Mondays.
Episode rating?
No, I'm not reading episodes. We
So
can't
much
rate
new
it.
shit's coming out right now. It's like,
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up. I want to say thank you to the chat, the members, the mods, Tickle Trunk for joining us. Finally got Twitter back and decided to pop on. You've been an addition. Well, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't
And-
talk too much. I'm
That's
still very
okay.
medicated.
I know.
And-
How dare we have people that enjoy
And
fandom.
I'll say this right now to the people here on the panel. If Darius, Arwen's younger generation son, wants to join us next week, let us know. Let me know. Let Arwen know. And we will have you on next week on the panel so we can talk Babylon 5. Other than that, we're still trying to get other actors and actresses to say yes without paying them. But other than that, thank you all for being here. Have a great night. I see you in the chat. Mumberry Mondays will never be a thing. Sorry.
Canon now. Yeah, well.
I don't think so. And with that, always remember, this is the outro.
How funny would it be if mulberry juice was a series?
I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold and empty.
Dust to Dust was 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, it was a 9 out of 10 for me.
8 for me.
Okay.
9.7 for the come to one moment.
Hi, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Lots of ads.
Reflex keeps playing.
I give it a 9.
Yeah, this is a long outro. I feel like Culture just got beat. And thank you all the members. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all the members and mods. Thank you. Thank you for my maybe if I feel like I'm or my sanity.
I feel like I need to give you money now.
Oh, very much.
Yeah, give me money. Give me buy merch.
Oh, yeah.
Give me money. Give me money. Give me a lot of money.